See, we're totally not sitting here just dancing and singing along to the song.
Not at all.
Can't prove it because there's no video. There's no audio.
Sucks to be you.
Nah, we totally were.
Song. Can't help it. Can't help it.
What's up, streamer?
Can't help it.
I see you were first in today. Good job.
Yeah, boy. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, everybody that's viewing later on, and that's gonna end up coming later and whatever.
You gotta do something about your voice at some point, dude.
Fuck, man, I'm
like
telling
gargle
you.
some salt water.
Oh, shit, salt water's disgusting.
It is, but it works.
No, it's
You don't have to drink it.
Fucking sinuses. It's been killing me.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Audio only.
Oh.
There will be a little bit of video today during the show.
So you better watch it.
Well, he's at school, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can't.
Now you have headphones on?
Oh.
Lemon pepper penis!
Not even a minute into the show. Maybe just a minute into the show.
Damn.
Oh, I fucked up the
I
audio.
wonder how loud
There we go. Now
we
I
have
can
to be to get his teacher to notice that he's wearing earphones. What kind of porno are you watching?
Considering he said he's wearing earbuds, loud enough to deafen him
That-
would most likely be the case. And if we deafen him, we can't stream with him, and I'm not okay with that. Teacher knows, doesn't care. Lucky. My teachers would have had my head.
You're right. My earbuds would be gone. My phone would be gone.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to be out of school. But if I could have chosen an era to be in school, I think I would have chosen now. Just because so many teachers don't give a shit.
I don't want to be a pussy later on in life.
Yeah, but I mean, think of all the shit you could get away with now that you couldn't when we were in school.
That's true. But see, I mean, I didn't make perfect grades, but I made good enough grades, and that I got away with a lot of stuff in a lot of my classes. Mainly because it was the only way I could focus. Is like we talked about it before, drawing, eating chips, listening to music, and I would have one ear open to listen to the teacher, and I would still be right there in attention, and I got my work done, and I had made decent enough grades that I got away with it. That's just me, though.
Yeah, no, see, the other side of it is I can't focus for shit.
That's fair.
So.
Neither can I. That's why I have to be doing. I've got ADHD. I can't help it.
Right. It's like if I end up splitting my focus between what I'm supposed to be doing and what I want to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing could be damned.
Well, yeah. You know what you should have had, though? You should have had this metaphysical back in high school.
It definitely would have helped. But speaking of, if I can read from a distance, there we go.
Hey, you can read.
Our sponsor, Metaphysical.
This will go up randomly at random times today, just to
Possibly.
let everybody know.
Drinking the green apple today, and I fucking love it.
So good.
It, honestly, so far, this one's my favorite. I've only tried 2, and Purple Drank was probably my favorite grape flavor anything, and yeah, this just tops that.
Mm-hmm.
There's There's no other way to say it. It's better. Once again, I come over with a Dr. Pepper. You hand me the shaker. I have not.
Man, I told you to be ready, and you came, and I looked at that Dr. Pepper too. I was like, I hope that's not open, and I looked at it, and it was fucking open. And I'm like, this idiot.
Well, I mean, I was tempted to stop by Quick Trip because I got some change, and I was gonna grab a drink, but I'm like, you know what? He said he's actually gonna give me some metaphysical today, so screw that. I'll just bring a 12-ounce can.
Make me feel like a drug dealer. Jesus Christ. He told me he was going to give me
This
some...
shit's so good, it might as well be drugs. I'm already addicted. But no, I figured I'll just bring a 12-ounce, then I can drink it on the drive home.
Right.
Because I'm definitely not going to finish it before the show starts. You're not going to let me leave with your cup.
That one you can have.
But that one's the
I know.
shall not be named. I don't want it.
I've got two of these.
Yeah,
one for me, one for the wife.
You got the nice one.
I'll buy you one. Unless you can convince your wife to buy you one. You should totally do that.
I don't know. Time will tell.
And use promo code META. The kid plays all capital letters for 10% off your order.
I mean, if we order, that's definitely what we're gonna do. And you can too.
Yeah.
Today, in the future, anytime you want. That code is there. It's for everyone.
No. But anyways, it's not carbonated yet. I get really burpy.
Maybe it's just you.
Or I don't know. Probably. Look at all them bubbles, though. And you shake it.
But anyways, we bullshit a little bit. We talked about the sponsor. You know what we didn't do? We didn't start the show. Hello, it's me. It's the man with a face and voice made for radio. I am Kaz, and I'm here with Kid.
Hi, I'm Kid.
See, we just need to come up with something for you to
no
say.
Shit. Yeah, hi, I'm Kid. I'm the guy with the idea for this whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, it worked out, though.
The mind behind the madness.
12 episodes in and still strong. I mean, we're pushing at least our last episode after it went live. Total between YouTube and Twitch, we had a little over 100 views.
On the last episode?
On the last episode between YouTube and Twitch.
I didn't check, so I can't confirm, but...
And then the episode before
I'll take
that,
your word for it.
the episode that we sang, we definitely got way over 100 views.
The episode that shall not be named.
And speaking of singing, we were supposed to open up with a song this week, but that's, as you could tell, not happening.
Kid still doesn't have a voice. I'm almost completely recovered.
I have had this sinus infection for way too fucking long, and I'm sick of it.
I'm telling you, just gargle some salt water.
No.
Buy a decongestant. You can get a store brand decongestant at Walmart. It works.
I've been taking Mucinex and shit, and it's not really the congestion.
Why pay
at this
that
point.
much though?
Huh?
Why pay that much?
Because I didn't buy it.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Grandma, she's like, here, take this. I don't need this. I can go get my own, Grandma. No, just take it. Take it home. That's stubborn. She's watching at any time, you fucking stubborn hag. I love you, Grandma.
Jesus.
I love you, Gigi.
Don't be mad at me, Grandma. I didn't say anything.
No. Well, it's like, so we've been...
I call her Grandma, too.
Everybody that is my friend that knows my grandma calls her Grandma. She doesn't want any other. She doesn't want you to call her by her name. I remember when you first met her, she goes, I'm Grandma. Not Marilyn, it's Grandma.
And she's been Grandma ever since.
Fuck.
That was a long time ago.
That was back in the apartments on Ridge.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You first met her when we stayed up. Oh, God, that was a horrible night. We stayed up all night playing Batman because it just came out and I bought it.
Yeah.
And she picked us up she picked us up for work that day. Holy shit. Work sucked that day.
Not for
I
me.
was so fucking exhausted. Got home and did it all over again.
Yeah, no, I've always been a night owl.
God, what I would do to be back in my early 20s again.
Right.
I'm just saying. That was some shit.
Then again, back in my early 20s, I still had a toddler.
Yeah.
So
now I have 3. Ugh.
I just got a notification from the Metaphysical Discord where you said 10 minutes and we will be live. Tune in to find out more about the giveaway.
You seriously just got that notification?
It just popped up. I hate this phone. Well, it's either the phone or it's Discord. Because a lot of times, like, for the ARC Discord that I'm in, I'll get notifications maybe an hour after they post about something, especially on the announcements page. So whenever they're doing something big or they want to talk to people about something, I'll be one of the last people to know just because either Discord or my phone decides, fuck you. You don't need to know right now. The rest of the world's going to know. Not you.
We'll see how delayed this is. Hold on.
Are you going to post something now?
Yeah. I'm going to post it in general chat, though.
Well, I mean, that's not going to tell me if it's Discord or if it's my phone.
It might. Hold on.
Typing away on a live show.
I know, but I'm testing a theory. Fuck me.
Okay, so while you're typing your theory, how would this prove whether it's Discord or my phone?
Because I just posted a message and we'll see how long it takes.
Right, but I mean,
you to get the notification.
How would it prove if it's Discord or my phone waiting to give me the notification?
Because I'm going to have Streamer or Darkness message me right now. Message me. And then we'll figure out if they got it or not. And then you tell me when you got your notification.
That still doesn't say whether it's
I don't know.
Discord.
I just posted it. So if you haven't gotten a notification by now, it's probably your fucking phone.
No, I got the notification. It just didn't pop up. Like, usually they show up at the top of the screen. This time it didn't.
So it's your phone. Because Streamer just replied to it. Got it.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, the notification itself updated in real time for that one.
Maybe that's because were you actually in the app, though, with your phone closed?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, I just
That's weird.
pull down the notifications.
Then it's just your phone, then.
That doesn't actually mean what you think it means. It means nothing.
It means that your phone's a piece of shit.
I can't even with you. So,
who wants to piss off Kaz here? Everybody.
well,
tentacles
I want a
in
new
chat.
phone. I want a new phone because I hate LG.
I do too.
I got this one because we kind of had to when we upgraded from our old phones, and because we couldn't afford a Galaxy. I prefer the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And just from then on, we've never been able to afford a fucking Galaxy.
I tell you what, I love my S21. I'm gonna get we're due for an upgrade to the S22. The only problem is it is actually and I hate this. I don't know why. I like the size of my phone. It's the perfect size. It's big enough screen that I can read everything without having to adjust the text size or anything like that. Visual on videos and things like that is great as well. But the S22, the standard S22, because this isn't the Plus, this is the standard S21. The standard S22 is smaller.
The fuck?
By an inch. Because I think this is...
So what, have we reached the rubber banding era? Phones were getting bigger, now they're getting smaller?
Yeah, I don't know. I would honestly prefer a Note. I loved my Note 3. Fucking huge-ass phone, but I loved it.
Those are so much easier to break, though.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't want to pay that much money for
let's see what's
for
weird,
something
though,
that barely
even.
fits in my pocket.
To get back to the S22, the Plus version of the S22 is the size of the standard version of the S21. And then the Plus Ultra or Ultra Plus or whatever for the S22
This isn't My Hero Academia.
I'm just saying that's
Plus Ultra Galaxy.
But the Ultra version of the S22 is the size of the Plus version of the S21. It's fucking weird, and I hate it. But I want the upgraded phone because the S22 has some really good features with the camera, audio, and then it's got a better streaming feature. So everything loads a lot faster when you're streaming movies and things like that than this phone does.
I don't know.
When you have kids, that's kind of important. I'm just saying.
I mean, only if you let them watch stuff on your phone versus,
No, we just stream it to
anything
the
else.
Chromecast. So, I mean, it's not... Yeah, but it's still super delayed
I don't
either
know.
way.
Speaking of phones, there was one I was thinking about the other day. Our friend Jesse.
Yes.
You remember the wedding reception? Mm-hmm. Showing off his phone. Mm-hmm. I remember it had a special
And how he's
feature.
telling us his wife already broke hers like 3 days after she bought it.
Yeah, because they had the same phone. It had a special feature. I don't remember what it was. I just remember it being cool. Like there's something that phone could do
I don't remember
that normal phones
I
couldn't.
know what it was like the Z. I think he had the Z Flip,
I have no idea.
but it could be wrong. T-Mobile, because they have T-Mobile too, and I actually have an upgrade for his phone too. I think it's like $50, which is a lot less than I expected it to be.
Right.
Shop.
But I mean, that phone's got to be cheaper by now.
No. I don't know why, but it's not.
I mean, it's been a year. You're telling me they haven't come out with a new model?
Yeah, they have, but see all devices.
See, I'm kind of skeptical about those. The folding smartphones.
Yeah. Well, that's what Jesse has.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, no, it had some other feature, like something will pop out on it.
He had a stylus. Oh no, the camera.
Is that what
the
it
camera
was?
popped out on the side. Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember it was badass.
The front-facing camera popped out from the side because it didn't have it built into the actual screen like most phones do.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Then it saves space on the front of the phone because you don't have that bar at the
Screen
top.
face. No, it wasn't the Z Flip. It was because the Z Flip folds horizontally. This one folds vertically, which would make it the God. I can't find it now.
See, I don't know, because when I get something like a phone, I use it till the end of its natural life, because
I usually do too.
I don't like paying for shit, and
Unless I get a free upgrade like I have now. Like we can get a free upgrade on our S22s. The only issue is that we haven't paid off one of the phones enough to get full
he says
free.
it's the Samsung Fold.
Yeah, the Fold. But it had because his folded vertically, and then it had the front-facing camera on the side where it just popped out.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, when he showed it to me, I remember him showing me that it could effectively run two programs at the same time.
Yes.
And you'd be able to see.
He'd be able to run
what's going
Facebook on one side, and then look up porn on the other. Pretty much like we're doing now when we're splitting the...
We're not watching porn.
No, that's...
That is not a thing that's going on here.
No, we've got two different screens up, one for YouTube, one for Twitch.
Jesus. I don't know. I'm skeptical about the folding smartphones because the screen.
They crease
Yeah.
so heavily.
Well, it's not just the crease; it's the effectiveness. Mm-hmm. Because like I can handle there being a divot in my screen as long as it works, but just in my mind, I'm thinking that crease is actually going to mean something. It's going to wear and tear to where the middle of the screen isn't going to function the way it's supposed to.
I'm wondering. So they have TVs out now. They're super expensive, but the technology is the same. So they have these TVs. They're actually they're LED strips, like really thin, like paper, where you can just put them together and they magnetize together to make the full screen. And you can take one section out and move it somewhere else, and you can either make it tall or long. And they've got them. They're huge in Japan right now, but they're
I haven't even heard of this.
paper thin. You can fold them and twist them and all that. And I think I'm not sure. I'm not for certain if it's the same technology, but I think it's safe to presume that it is.
Streamer, how long have you had that phone? Just as a side note. Anyway, continue.
But I think it's safe to presume that it is the same technology, seeing how you're folding an LED screen. So I'm wondering if the touch sensors are just as thin to where they are able to be folded and twisted and without any issues.
I don't know. I remember seeing a video. They were demonstrating like the rigorous testing process that the folding phones go through.
Yeah.
And they would they'd be stuck in this machine where it would open and close them over and over and over, and they did it like 10 to 20,000 times before any crease or anything started to show. But even at that point, like I said, I keep my phone until the end of its natural life. I don't like upgrading to new shit. I don't like having to pay for shit. If I get used to an operating system, that's what I'm sticking with as long as I can, until I actually have to do something about it. So at that point, I'm keeping a phone for several years, and it's probably going to be open and closed more than that because of just how many things I have to do during the day. So,
Yeah, you got me
I
looking
don't know.
up this section TV. I've seen videos on it.
I mean, as long as it works, I worry about how long it'll work. That's all.
That's fair. I mean, because I understand where you're coming from because I am the same way. I will have this phone for another 4 or 5 years, most likely.
God, at this rate, I'm going to finish this drink before we get...
Motherfucker, look at my cup.
I'm probably going to finish it before we get done with the first segment.
It's okay. It gives you time to try the pink one.
Oh, yeah, the pink Starburst. Well, see, that's the other thing. Cases, like, what I like to do is buy the rugged aluminum cases, where you've got that really thick silicone lining for the middle, and then you've got aluminum case that'll go on the front and back.
I don't have the one on the front
with a
and
Gorilla
back.
Glass screen.
I just have this one. I bought it for $20 at the mall.
Right.
But it's the same fucking technology as the aluminum shit.
Well,
Except for I've got a magnet.
but part of what I was saying, it's got a secondary screen on the front of it made of Gorilla Glass.
Yeah.
It's like super strong, super durable, and it's pressed up against the touch screen. So you essentially have to run over it with a car or shoot it to do any damage.
30-minute reminder.
And you can't use something like that with like a foldable screen.
Right.
Because Gorilla Glass is not foldable.
It hasn't even been 30 minutes. Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it has.
Holy shit.
Yeah, remember, the stream starts a little bit before the intro starts.
Mm-hmm.
And your 30-minute reminder goes all day and all night.
Shit.
Even when there's no show on, which is the weirdest fucking thing.
It's the fucking bot that I use.
No, I get it, but I mean, like, the only way you can see it when you're not streaming is through the stream manager.
Yeah.
No one even has access to that. So strange to me.
It's worth it though, because I mean, what I like about it though is that I don't have to worry about opening up another window to turn it on every time I go to stream. And
Right.
It's
And
there. It's
that's
ready. The only thing I have to worry about is turning it off when I need to update it and change it. And,
Right.
but it's convenient, so I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Even though I'll open up Stream Manager and I've got 300 chats from over the night. And it's all this fucking
it's every
bot.
30 minutes, so it's probably not that many.
No, but God, is it just
Like
you just
16.
start scrolling, and it is all nothing but metaphysical ads, and I'm like, oops.
Then again, you also don't stream every day.
No, I've been
So-
streaming a hell of a lot more often though. But then again, I finally found I found a rhythm in life where I can
Right.
manage it all and still get good sleep and stay healthy. Except for this fucking sinus infection.
Yeah, not
So
healthy.
sick of it.
See, I'm there. I just don't have the bandwidth.
And you usually get them bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got a slight cough. And I guess a bit of a sniffle. But other than that, I'm pretty much healthy again.
See?
Or as healthy as I can be.
It's usually at night when I have the issue. When I'm laying down, I'm not moving around. My body's not active. And then everything just
Yeah.
sits.
Yeah, whenever I'm having sinus issues, I find that's the worst time.
Like right now, I can breathe out my nose just fine. I can smell. I can taste.
Right, but I mean, when you're laying down, you've got gravity forcing all that stuff in your sinuses back in
Fucking
there.
Einstein, I swear.
But then you stand up, like, I get congested so bad that I literally cannot breathe through my nose no matter what I do. I can't blow my nose.
That was me
I
last
can't
week.
clear it out. aside from having some kind of medical procedure, it's like there's a brick stuck
Yeah.
behind my nose. There's nothing I can
So
do.
that was me last week. I'm glad I'm not right there anymore because that fucking
But if I get
sucked.
enough sleep, it's where I'm laying there long enough, and then don't waste any time when I'm getting up. Stand up straight away. Over like 2 minutes, you just feel
Feel
that
it.
shit loosen up.
Is
and
it
then all
just
of a sudden
me, or
there's
am I the only
airflow.
one that thinks that's a satisfying feeling?
Oh hell yeah!
Like, 'cause it,
With how congested I get, fuck yeah.
and it's not just because everything just cleared up, but it's just like
It's just
I'll lay
all-
back down just to get congested again, just so I can stand
Well,
up.
no,
and
I won't do that shit because I
sensation.
enjoy having air go through my nose. You know, serving its intended purpose.
Or like when half of your sinuses is clogged up, and then you roll over to the opposite side, and then you could feel it all just move from one side of your face to the other. That shit's so satisfying. I don't know why.
About that.
I mean, it sucks because I still can't breathe out of that side, but gravity pulls all that mucus to the side, and just you could feel it go across to one side to the other.
Anyway. So how much time have we wasted now? Almost a half hour. So how do you want to do this?
We got things to talk about today, man. So you
Your
saw-
nose is broken, streamer?
How did you break your fucking nose, bro?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I thought we were friends. You don't tell us things.
Well, for
Nah, I'm just
everybody
messing with you.
that can hear in the background, my daughter is bouncing in her bounce house, having a fucking ball right now.
Uh-oh, sounds like a story. He just goes,
See, what had happened was
being a kid.
that'd
You're
be
17.
nice.
You're barely a kid.
It started with a beer. Because no
See,
good
what
stories.
happened was
See, no good story started off with I had my first salad of the day.
trying to run up a conveyor belt slide. Hey, I'm 30. That's some shit I would do.
Fuck it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I see. So it's an old injury. Gotcha.
Shit, now it's not so cool.
Well, I mean, it's not bad as long as he doesn't look like Owen Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Anyway, so how do you want to do this? We've got
Okay. Now
I've got
before we found out
two
about
movies
broken
to
nose.
talk about. You've got Halo to talk about. You want to go back and
What
forth?
do you?
or-
Okay, no, you brought up Halo. So do you want to get that one out of the way, or
Well, if we get that one out of the way, then it's just me talking for an hour.
okay? We'll
How about we go back and forth?
yeah, I was about to say we'll flip flop this one. You start. You watch. Okay,
so-
and mind you, I don't mind spoilers at this point because I know I'm gonna watch it. And like it, unless it was like Spider-Man, these are both movies that I'm excited for, but at the same time, I've come to the.
I'll put it this
concern-
way. The first one I'm going to talk about, there will be spoilers because it's been out long enough that I can talk about spoilers. But
I've also come in
for
with
everything
terms
that
with
we
my
talk
career.
about, for everything that we talk about, I will have an image on the screen. So if there's anything you don't want to hear about, that'll be your cue to hit the mute button. And then when the image changes, we're done talking about that. Safe to listen again.
Yeah.
That's my spoiler warning disclaimer.
But I've come to terms with my career. All right. And I know there's sometimes I'm going to be able to watch something that you can't watch yet, or you're going to watch something that I can't watch yet.
Right.
Like in this instance. So I'm okay. Hit me. Which one
All
are we
right,
doing
so first one is Morbius.
Okay, cool. I was just watching a video. So I guess he went back into his method acting on this one. And I was watching a video about the whole ordeal that he went through. They were very worried about his health throughout this movie. Because right there at the beginning scenes before he gets his powers, he lost way too much weight and he forced himself into positions for weeks before shooting to get his body to get stuck, and his muscles got atrophied. That they actually hired a physical therapist on staff, just to be sure that he would be okay.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a certain level of art to that, because, number one, yeah, it's kind of dumb because you're doing all this dangerous shit to your body. But on the other hand, the artistic value of actually wanting to get that right and not have unintentional things that you just automatically do to fuck up the way you're trying to portray yourself.
I'm going to say this, and I've said it many times before, and I'll say it many times over again. Jared Leto needs to stop acting. Period. He's not a bad actor, but he's bad enough that.
I wouldn't say he needs to stop acting because he actually does good in this role.
Okay, fair enough. But there's so many other roles where he should have done better. He knows, like, being a follower of Jared Leto since
no, don't say that.
Wrong.
30 Seconds to Mars.
30
Say it
Seconds
with
to
me.
Mars. 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't know why. I don't know why I got that. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Anyway, I was a huge fan as a kid of that band. And so I have been a huge Jared Leto fan for a while. And then Suicide Squad. And I lost all fucking respect for the man. And I know how much of a nerd he is because I've seen him in interviews and things like that before he started doing these superhero movies.
Right.
And it's like, how could you say in the past that, I love this thing, I love that, I'm a huge fan of this, and talk about it without having to pull up the comic and then pull that fucking shit?
Hold on. I have to stop you because that wasn't his choice.
It could have been.
This version of the Joker was down to the screenwriting. They chose the way that they wanted him to act, the way they wanted him to look.
Job.
I mean, a job's a job at some point. Hey, Fez. Glad you could make it, buddy.
Hi, Fez. I'm sick.
Talking about Morbius right now. I don't know if you planned on seeing that movie or not, but I am going to get kind of spoilery in this one. I know you showed up late. That's why I'm giving you a little disclaimer here. But anyways, I've got the image on the screen just to let you know. If it's not something you want to hear about, you might want to mute, and then I'll change the image as soon as it's over. That way you'll know that it's safe. Because the next movie I talk about will be no spoilers at all. It's way too new.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
But yeah, that version of the Joker, it's all down to screenwriting and direction. There was a way they wanted to portray him, and this guy just filled the role.
You mean the wrong way?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, to be fair, though, when it comes to the look, aside from, like, face tattoos and silver teeth, it looks like they ripped one of the Joker copies, basically, from Batman Endgame.
Yeah.
Which was a really fucking good storyline with the three Jokers. But aside from the look, they didn't really do anything else.
The problem I had between the two Jokers is that Jared Leto's Joker wore the silver teeth because he was quote unquote a gangster. The face tats, whatever. But with the comic book iteration of that Joker, the teeth were fake because he lost them all due to his mutations. Into being the Joker, fell into petty acid, hair turned green, face turned white, mental stability went down. He lost all his teeth.
I'm pretty sure that happened in one version, but in most, his teeth are just like yellowed.
Yeah, this particular one in the comic though is because they just fell out due to the chemicals. And so he replaced them with silver teeth.
Probably that and constantly getting punched in the face by Batman. I mean, that probably doesn't help.
You kind of need something, reinforced steel teeth, just at that point, might as well fuck it.
I don't know. Still, it's weird as fuck, and it's really jarring to see.
Yeah. But you can, with Jared Leto's Joker, you can distinctly tell it was because I'm a boss.
Right.
It's the only way I can.
And I mean, how hard is it to paint a smile on somebody's face? They've been doing it for fucking years.
Yeah.
He doesn't need that fucking goofy ass smile tattoo on his hands.
He didn't even need it on the tattoo, and he didn't even need painting. Like if I can remember, there was a whole scene, and you see it a lot in like screenshots where he is smiling, and Jared Leto has a natural wide smile, which fits perfect for the representation
it's creepy
of Joker.
enough for the Joker.
So I don't know. Again, I think it was more of the mobster persona, something to cue who I am. I mean, mobsters did it back in the day in real life. And so this whole persona of this Joker was the same thing, marking who I am with my hand and showing off that it's his calling card kind of thing.
It's dumb.
It is. Anyway, Morbius.
Morbius. There was probably some kind of intent there, but it was a swing and a miss, to say the least. But I'm glad it didn't stop him from acting because he really, really...
I'm glad it stopped him from stopped him from sending rats to his fellow actors.
Well, yeah, that. Or used condoms like a fucking creep. But no, he really shined as Michael Morbius.
Good.
So,
And see, even in the
portrayal was
trailers, I
great.
expected him to.
And Matt Smith as Hunger pleasantly surprised me. I did not expect something like that.
I thought we got a new follower. But we didn't. That was weird. That glitched out. Sorry.
I don't know. Because, I mainly only saw the early trailers where
Yeah.
we knew Matt Smith was going to be in the movie, but we didn't really know who he was going to be, just that he was there. And we saw him in a suit. He was walking normal. There was nothing iffy about him. No indication of him actually being the Hunger character. But that went really, really well. Matt Smith, he does a surprisingly good villain. I mean, of course, it helps that he's got a square face and looks like Frankenstein. But, I mean, most people know him as the 12th Doctor. He's that quirky hero type.
Fair enough. It's just,
But being a dark and brooding villain, it really works for him.
so here's my question, and this is going to be huge, probably a huge spoiler for a lot of people, and it's been bugging the fuck out of me. How are they connecting this with the multiverse? So we've all seen through the trailers, photos of
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, the Spider-Man posters in the background, which is supposed to be, it's not Andrew, it's
Tobey Maguire's
it's Tobey
costume,
Maguire's Spider-Man.
but it says murderer over it.
Right.
With spray paint.
So
That's not in the movie.
okay. So, do they answer those questions at all? Like, why are those there?
No. Like Kid said, this is where it's going to get really spoilery. At the end of the movie, Michael Keaton, the Vulture character, shows up in a prison cell, just like he materializes there. They haven't explained how. They definitely haven't explained why. But what we do know now is that the Morbius movie takes place in the same universe as Venom.
Well,
which
it's
is
Sonyverse.
not in either of the Spider-Man universes that we already know.
Right.
It's completely separated. But apparently there is a version of Spider-Man somewhere there. We don't see him. Nobody talks about him. It exists.
Well, we already know that Peter Parker exists because he's talked about in the first Venom film.
I don't remember that. It's been too long. But anyway, one of the post-credits scenes, he's out of prison. Apparently, they don't necessarily say it in so many words, but they give the impression that Adrian Toomes is dead. Because just all of a sudden, it's newsworthy that he's there in the prison. People know who he is.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation of why he's there. I can't remember the exact words they use. Just the way they say it gives off the impression that the world knows Adrian Toomes is dead. So he's released out of prison because he's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then somehow he gets a version of the Vulture wings that he had before, even though it was made with Chitauri fucking technology from the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was one of those guys in the cleaning crew that was picking up that shit. And that's what he used to build the Vulture wings. So now he's got an exact replica of that without any alien technology. So that's not explained. But he shows up. Apparently he called Michael to this place outside the city. And they're talking about teaming up. And that's where that scene ends. But Venom is well known in that universe. So that's how we know that it connects. Michael pretends to be Venom. They showed that in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
But he doesn't correct himself. He just pretends to be Venom for a minute to scare some people off. So that whole scene where he's like, no, don't worry, it's your neighborhood Dr. Michael Morbius or whatever. However he says it, that part is not in the movie. It's just, I am Venom. And then it scares the people off.
Fucking hate.
Well, because he hisses at the person. It shows the fangs and everything to try to get people to believe, oh, I'm Venom.
That's funny.
But of course, this takes place in New York, where the other was in San Francisco.
Right.
And they don't mention Carnage or anything, so there's no indication of whether this happens before or after that. Just that Venom is an established character in that universe. That's all we know.
So, my next question would be, so
Morbius is
How fucking dare you?
Hey, no, hold on. To be fair, Morbius is like a D-list.
But
Marvel
he is my
character.
favorite.
Okay,
fucking.
he's your favorite, but he's a D-list Marvel character. Michael Morbius is Morbius, the living vampire.
Yes.
He teams up with Blade a lot. He's a scientifically created vampire. So
He
doesn't
teams
work.
up with Spider-Man a lot in the Amazing Spider-Man comic or animated series in the from the 90s.
Yes,
Holy shit, that's where he became one of my.
He was
yeah.
a misunderstood villain for Spider-Man.
Yeah. And he
But
worked
it turned
a
out
lot.
he didn't actually want to be a villain. He never wanted to hurt people.
It's because he's a doctor.
It's just all of a sudden he's this thing that has to consume blood or else he's going to die. And if he doesn't do it in one way or another willingly, the instincts are going to take over and it's going to happen
Yeah,
whether he wants
and then
to
he
or
showed
not.
up a lot in the Madam Web saga of that series.
Yes, yes, he did.
Gosh.
But like I said, he's a scientifically created vampire. It's not what he meant for. It's not what he meant to happen. He was trying to treat an illness that he was born with using vampire bat DNA, and it mixed with his own, turned him into this, and now he hunts vampires for a living.
To kind of point where they connect between, especially why he shows up a lot in the Spider-Man series, is
Well, that's where he debuted.
that and if anybody remembers, Spider-Man's mutation mutates way beyond its limits. And he ends up growing extra arms and he becomes the human spider.
No, there were outside forces connected to that.
I know, but the whole main problem is because of his mutations. And that's when the Madam Web saga comes up, and they found out that
That's fair, Fez. It's true. He's way more of a DC fan than
fair.
Marvel.
But it comes to find out that the mutations are the exact same to Morbius's. And so they worked together to find a cure. They weren't able to for Morbius. They were able to find one for Spider-Man.
But it wasn't actually a cure. It made his mutation worse.
Right. And then Madam Web stepped in and was like, here, let me do a little voodoo magic on you and help you out as long as you help me out in the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, we're talking about a 90s cartoon.
Gonna pretend
and I had
that
to,
didn't just
I had to get
happen.
all 90s cartoony on everybody.
But to round out the Morbius segment, a lot of people are talking about this. Yes, 30-minute reminder. Another distraction. Look over here, another distraction. No, a lot of people are talking about this movie, and they make it out to be one of the worst things to happen to Marvel cinema, and they're fucking wrong. This movie is not a masterpiece. It's not the greatest thing you'll see all year. The next thing I talk about might be. But it's nowhere near as bad as people are claiming it is.
Well, and I think the main problem is at least somebody, again, Morbius being my favorite. Like I will stand by this for the rest of my life. My favorite comic book character when it comes to the rogue class of anti-hero, villainy, however you want to classify him.
He's an anti-hero. He kills.
Right, fair enough. But
I mean, the people he kills are the undead, so...
Right. But he's always been my favorite. Always. And so for me, I think this is coming from people that just don't understand the character. They never really put forth effort to understanding the character because he's such a D-list character.
That's most of, movie journalists today.
Yeah.
They don't understand these fucking characters. Hell, that's most of the writers for these characters today. They don't understand the characters.
That's true.
So that's just what everything became.
But I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna go see it soon.
Yeah,
I'm super
honestly,
excited.
I
for
think you specifically will enjoy this movie.
I hope so.
Now, there is something that was pointed out to me in a non-spoiler review the day before I went to see this movie. I don't know if anybody watches Jeremy Johns, but I like his take on movies and writing in general. And when he pointed this out to me, I didn't think about it until it happened in the movie, and then it's all I could remember. Whenever he drinks from a blood bag, he always does the exact same thing. Always. He never does it differently. He will take the blood bag in both hands, one over the other, like you're holding a bat.
Right.
He'll swing his head back to drink from it, drinks, and then throws. Every single time.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, you just got me really excited here because this is exactly the way he does it in the comic books.
Is it?
Yes.
When he drinks from the blood bag?
Because it's almost like Blade. So the way they write it is it's for at least these two characters specifically. Now it's not just a whole vampire thing, like most people might think it might be. The whole the bloodlust, and you're finally. It's like if you're really fucking thirsty and you take a big old swig of water and you get that thirst taken care of. You're like, fuck yeah, I'm not thirsty anymore. But this is more
since nobody can see, he just slammed his cup down.
This is more of them releasing this inner demon. It's.
I mean, I get that
because you see it in the older Blade movies even, where he's taking the serum and he gets really tense, and then when it's over, he just aggressively throws himself every time. It's because it's just this release of like a weight's been lifted off their shoulders,
right?
And the fact that he's doing it in the movie makes me excited to see this movie even more.
Well, I've never read the Morbius comics. Like, not his own series.
Right.
I've seen him show up in others, but I've never read his own line. So
and then what makes me even more excited...
If that's the way it is, that actually makes sense.
So, does he bite the bag, or is he...
No, he opens it.
Opens it like almost like drinking it from a straw, from the actual opening of the blood bag?
From the opening, not from the tube.
Okay. So, yeah, it's comic book accurate. That's cool. So
okay.
excited.
That makes a whole lot more sense now. It's not as
because
weird.
It's him keeping his humanity. He doesn't want to bite into the like a lot of people think, like even in the comic books and in the animated TV show in the 90s with Spider-Man, he's always done that because it's him keeping his humanity. He's not biting into it like an animal.
Right.
So that's so fucking cool. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
That's such a little thing too, but it's so fucking cool.
I hope they get rid of the synthetic blood angle. I know why they used it. Because it helps them keep the rating. Plus, it's a light blue.
That, and it's him keeping his humanity.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
It's just like Blade with the serum.
It looks like he's getting real excited about drinking some kind of blue smoothie. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, shit.
But no, all in all, it is a good movie. It's a good time. It's not a great movie, but few things are these days. So, I mean, if you're going in expecting that, what the hell are you doing going to the movies anymore? But it's nowhere near as bad as people are making it out to be.
That's
so
good.
if you're going in expecting garbage, you're going to be surprised.
Fair enough. Excited. Jeez, I see that DC and it just makes me disgusted.
That's enough about Morbius. Now it's your
My turn.
With Halo, the TV series.
Oh my gosh. So
I don't know if you're going to go into spoilers or not. I think you probably will.
I mean, there's no way not to at this point because it's really the only thing to justify the cons. You have to get into spoilers because there is some cons to this show.
Yeah. Well, okay. To be fair, before you start,
did you just fart and then burp?
No, it was like a compound burp, 2 in 1. To be fair, before you start, I did watch a play-by-play explanation / recap / summary, however you want to call it, of the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Literally beat by beat of what happened. So I know the entirety. There's no skip scenes. There's no skip
What about
dialogue.
episode 3?
No, that I haven't seen a breakdown for that one
Okay.
yet. I don't think I'm going to.
Okay, fair enough.
Not with how the first 2 went.
So, am I a fan of the show? No. But I want everybody to know this because as much as Cass hates this fucking idea, I get it. I understand why I hate the idea. However, I am a content creator. This is my job. I gave it a fair try. I watched all 3 episodes in a row just to say, hey, I actually watched it. I gave it the shot that it deserved.
I'm going to interject for just a second. Just a second. If they would have taken every idea they had for this show and stripped the entirety of Halo out of it, I would not hate it. Because obviously this is something brand new. This is nothing even remotely close to the Halo story.
Not at all.
But if they would have written their own original sci-fi story like this, just with none of the Halo lore attached, this would be such a good show.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. I'll get into it as you're going.
So,
but you'll know.
So for me, it feels like if I wouldn't have known that none of the writers or directors ever played a Halo game or read a Halo book, if I wouldn't have known that they've never done that, I would have thought that they were trying to over-explain reasonings for the game in the books. You know, Master Chief being the Reclaimer and all this other stuff, which they do in the games. However, it's very vague.
Well, there's also a lot of story beats that have to happen before you
Right.
get there.
So, with this, it feels
Yeah,
like...
no, Fez, I couldn't bring myself to actually watch the show. I found out my wife has a Paramount Plus subscription,
That's
and
what
I didn't touch it.
That's how I was able to watch it. I found out Jules,
I had to go through a different source to try to get some information on this.
I found out Jules has one because she's been watching Ink Master and Teen Mom on
Oh,
Paramount.
is that where that went?
Yeah.
Because it was on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Paramount.
Yeah.
So she's been watching that. She's like, "Oh, I have one," and I'm like, "Cool." I guess I have to watch this now.
All right. Anyway, sorry,
So,
that tangent was my fault.
It
Go ahead.
feels like they're trying to over-explain themselves. So there's a part, and this is shown in the trailer. So if you haven't, this isn't really a spoiler. There's a part where Master Chief touches a Forerunner artifact, and he's the only one able to activate it.
By the way, if that triangle thing is supposed to be the index, fuck off.
It is not.
I'm just saying, it better not be.
Well, hold on.
Because they could make an index out of styrofoam and paint it the way it's supposed to be. You don't need some Hollywood
They don't
level.
call it the index.
Well, they don't call it anything yet.
It's the keystone.
They don't call it anything
It's
yet.
the keystone.
Is that something they said in the third episode?
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Like,
meet
even at that point, that
we
could be a
meet the
different name for
human-
the index.
No, it's the second episode. Because it was when we meet the human that the Covenant adopted, / kidnapped, / tortured, /
Yeah, well, that's what the Covenant have different names for everything Forerunner related.
right,
So calling the index the keystone would actually make sense.
right. So
So
they
it
call
could
it, yeah.
still be the index.
That's well, the way they describe it in the show is that it's to activate the ring.
That's the index.
I know.
Anyways,
Even though we haven't seen the
continue.
rings yet, we haven't seen a single ring.
Yeah, and this index isn't even on a fucking ring.
No, it's on. I think it's pronounced Malador. No, I don't remember.
Bullshit planet.
Yeah.
Bullshit planet with bullshit people. Anyway, continue. Sorry. No. You were saying something.
No. Anyway, so I feel like they're trying to use this whole story that they're doing. Anytime Master Chief touches it, his augmentations run awry. Blech. Most of all, his feeling blocker, which is called a
Right.
pellet. It sits at the bottom of his spine. That's actually lore friendly, believe it or not. That's a thing that all Spartans have up to Spartan 3.
Yeah, well, that's not the only pellet they talk about in this fucking show.
I know.
Which I'm thinking we'll get to a little later.
Probably. I'd rather avoid that. Anyway, so that I feel like they're trying to over-explain why, again, if you're running into this not knowing that none of these guys that wrote this has ever watched, played, or read a Halo article in
Anything.
their life.
No, not just article. They haven't touched a Halo anything.
Yeah.
They just looked up
so
names.
If you go into it, you might think that I kind of get that whole idea. It's like, if I wouldn't have known that, they're just over-explaining why this is happening. Cons. Visually, this show is good.
That would be a pro.
Or yeah, sorry, pro. Visually,
Bad things about this show. I love the way it looks.
I do though. I do love the way it looks.
I'll give you that one. That is fair.
This, even though it feels a little too toony for Halo, it's part of the reason why I hated Halo. I hated Halo, but disliked Halo 5 is because of how big, bulky, and toony everything was. It
wasn't really toony. It looked like it was more grounded in reality. No, No. I will never give up this criticism.
I'm sorry.
Look at Halo 5 versus Halo 1, and you tell me which armor makes more fucking sense for a super soldier.
Halo 1, 2, and 3?
No.
Because it forms the body
Halo
and
1
actually protects him?
It doesn't look like protective armor. It looks like cheaply made cosplay. It looks plastic,
Okay.
like it's not going to protect
Mind
shit.
you, the armor in this show is the same model from Halo 3,
Yes.
which is proper. And then
Okay.
when you get to Halo
But that's why I
5
said,
and Halo
that's
4,
why I said Halo 5 and Halo 1. I made that comparison.
Yeah, but graphically wise, I get it. Whatever. Anyway, but Halo 4 and 5 though, when you take that armor and call it the same but slim it out and make the whole visual different, I have a problem. We've explained that before. I have a problem. You can't just visually change something that dramatically, especially his fucking helmets.
Okay, I get the criticism when it comes to Halo 4's helmet versus Halo 3. But I mean, the rest of it,
Because come on, we see it in between Halo 1 and Halo 2. His armor actually changes.
yeah.
You visually see him changing armor.
Right.
But between Halo 3 and Halo 4, he is in cryo sleep throughout the whole process between the two games. There is no way his armor changed that dramatically in cryo sleep. I am sorry. No, not happening. Doesn't make sense whatsoever.
I mean, the general shape is still there. The general shape of every component is still there.
Yeah, but it's
So it's not changing that dramatically.
slims out and looks less protective.
Well, he has
Especially
more.
like under the arms.
He has more human proportions in 1080p, which you didn't get in Halo 3.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, this show is visually great, except for everything being so big and bulky. When I think Spartan, I think super soldier, one that can move fast, accurate, and was just in general just be able to overcome the enemy in movement alone.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch Master Chief and any of the other Spartans in this fucking show run, it's fucking hilarious. All you see is like watching the Iron Giant run. Poof, poof, poof.
Well, they want to make it dramatic and
Get the
a
fuck outta here.
spectacle.
I mean, they try.
Because this is supposed to be the first appearance of the Master Chief, at least to these people, and
No,
the debut in this show.
Well, to because I mean, it's Spartans are more.
It's like, think Forward Unto Dawn. When you finally see Master Chief,
Yeah.
that was dramatic. It was a spectacle. It was something to behold. And the first time you see him in the Halo series, they got to kind of do the same thing, because this is who the show is supposed to be about. Even though it's not who this show is about.
No. One thing I did like. I didn't like the way Cortana looks. However, I like the way she materializes.
She finally show up in episode 3?
Episode 2.
She's not in episode 2.
The end of episode 2.
Nope.
Is it? No, yeah, you're right. It is episode 3.
Yeah, because I literally went beat by beat for
Fair.
the first 2 episodes.
So
She
episode
wasn't there.
3, I like the way she materializes. It's more 4 through 6 style, where it's just particles of data flowing together and then combining into one image, which is really nice.
That's not as similar as you might think. It's supposed to be like a flash of light that forms
But
into
the
her
data
shape.
dust is what I'm talking about. Like you see it, the particles on the sides and things like that.
That's dumb.
I think it's
It's an
visually
extra
enticing.
layer of bullshit.
I think it's visually enticing. And just who now? Did we find out who? I don't remember if we found out who voices Cortana in this one.
Jen Taylor.
Right.
The person who played Cortana in the games is playing Cortana in person in the series.
Yeah. So
Which is a nice touch.
it's
It's what they did with it that I don't like.
By the way, instead of using this pillow, my pillow might help you. It's a butt pillow.
Yeah, this pillow I'm sitting on is kind of stiff. It's a couch cushion, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be way better.
Here you go. You're welcome.
This is a pregnancy pillow.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's Asana's baby pillow.
You can call it whatever you want. This is a pregnancy pillow.
Oh, there you go. Put it on your ass.
Ah, nice and soft. Oh, that's way better.
So hearing that though is really nice. Hearing the original voice actor. Oh, but what pisses me off the most about this show is the Covenant in general. All we've seen so far is elites, the Zanghili,
And the Prophets.
and the Hunters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We do
What?
the Hunters. Oh, Jesus Christ! I've never seen a Hunter so fucking aggressive.
Well, they're supposed to be.
When attacked,
There's-
according to lore.
They're supposed to be.
According to lore, they have never been. They've always sided. We all should know why they sided with the Covenant. Because the Covenant's taking care of them, giving them plenty of food without having to overcome a planet on their own. It's
Right.
just how the hive mind of these worms work, is to overcome planet resources, eat, and
Multiply.
continue. Yeah. So they've sided with the Covenant because the Covenant has been able to give them ample amounts of all this stuff that they need to survive without having to kill everything.
Yeah, the taming of the hunters.
However, they still stick to their natural ways of living, and they do not attack unless attacked. It's always how they've been. So whenever you meet up with the
not
hunters in the
working-
games,
Not working with the Covenant. With
No.
the Covenant, they attack who they're ordered.
but why did they do that? Because when the people that they work with were attacked, they defended. Other than that, they just sit. When in the show, when
Well, that's also why they normally don't put hunters in the first wave.
yeah, but in the show, we see the girl. I don't ever remember her name. She's the chosen one, quote unquote, to be able to
Fuck off.
give the the Covenant their release into their higher morality and blah 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 blah.
It's the human with the CG people.
Right.
That's what she is as a character.
But when so her job at this point in the series is to get the keystone from the humans, and the better way to do that than to send a human. I get that, the whole whatever, she can blend in, whatever.
Yeah.
Why the fuck, if you're trying to blend in, fake a kidnapping on a Covenant vessel to the UNSC, board the UNSC vessel, and then kill everybody on board
See, this is episode 3 stuff that I haven't seen.
with hunters?
Like I said, this is episode 3 stuff
But
that
it's
I
not
haven't
just
seen.
it's not just hunters as we know them. It's the actual worms working on their own with no armor. Just coolest scene, by the way, in the whole show. So much fucking gore.
I can't say one way or
Oh
the
my
other.
god. You see these things rip up everybody, and it's glorious visually. But it just it pisses me off because it's just like, that's not how that works. She was not attacked. They were not provoked. Why are they attacking?
I don't know.
So I don't get it. And that's what makes me mad is... I mean, I get it because they didn't watch a single...
Exactly.
They didn't
it's
do
one of
any
those things
fucking
they didn't look
research.
up. They found out the way it looked. They found out what it was called. They found out what it does in the game. Like, it shoots this kind of weapon. There you go.
You don't even get to see them do that.
Well, no, but they still have that arm cannon gauntlet, right? 'Cause
No.
That,
All we see visually is them in the armor for a little bit. Like, so at the beginning of this scene...
well, because if I remember right, that gauntlet comes standard with hunter armor.
yes.
Whether they
I
fire
mean,
it
it's
or
just an
not.
overpowered
Fuel rod cannon.
field rod cannon, yeah.
But it's built into a glove.
Right. But we don't see that in the show. The only time we barely see the hunters in their armor for like half a second at the beginning of the scene. The girl kind of looks at them. They disassemble the worm's hide.
Mm-hmm.
And then the UNSC send out a drone to pick her up. The hunters hide within the drone. She gets pulled through.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
your criticisms aside for Halo 5, watching the worms come together to form hunters
It's
on the
cool as
space
shit.
station, that was one of the coolest fucking
It
scenes
is
in that whole game.
so fucking cool. To actually get to see that happen.
Ever got to see it.
To get to see that happen was really fucking cool. And the great thing about Hunters is they can use any materials around them to create armor.
Yeah.
We see them doing it when they were first found by the Arbiter during the taming of the Hunters, is they use the rocks around them to form armor, which was really cool. But I think really the only thing this show has going for it is visuals.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, and it's, to me, that alone is pretty nice.
No, I've heard people say that outside of it being a Halo series, like if you can remove that from your brain, that it's a good show.
It is.
No, I will stop you right fucking there, because even in the first episode, they let you know how this series is bullshit. I'm sorry. The main character goes out to get high with her friends, notices a Covenant ship, runs back to her village, showing where the entirety of her people are, then hides like a pussy. And then when she's trying to go to the actual safe area, she goes out the top of the safe area. Mind you, this is where all the elderly and the children are.
Oh, yeah.
The people
and they
who
get
can't
massacred.
fight because they don't have the physical ability. She goes out the fucking top, letting all the Covenant know, hey, the most vulnerable people, right here, this one building, come get them. And they all fucking die. It is all her fault. Are you fucking kidding me? That's our main character? Fuck you. Fuck you, Paramount. Fuck you, everyone involved in this show. No. And I'm not even done. Still first episode. Like, first half of the first episode. The weapons?
Oh, K-47s.
What?
I've called that shit.
No. I don't even care what the weapons are. That's not the point. How is it that the bullets fucking change depending on who's pulling the goddamn trigger? Because we see these motherfuckers, the villagers, shooting the Covenant. Barely even damages their overshields.
Right.
We see the Spartans show
I
up.
saw that was an issue.
Using the same weapons that those villagers are using.
Fucking snap. The fucking shields are done.
Dead. Few bullets, dead. Shield gone, enemy gone, doesn't matter. They're just dead. Meanwhile, everybody else using the same bullets, the same fucking guns, can barely even put a dent in overshields. No, that is shitty writing. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you work for. I don't care how much you're fucking paid. You need to get the fuck out of there. That is bullshit.
You want to know what else pisses me off about? We want to talk about weapons. Weapons in this show. Plasma pistols. Holy shit, are they powerful in this show?
Well, if you use them right, they're powerful in the game.
A single uncharged shot tore off a man's arm.
They don't have shields. They're not super soldiers.
A single uncharged shot does not kill a Marine in the game.
Well, no.
Exactly.
But they're NPCs, and if you play on Legendary, it takes 2.
That's understandable because it's plasma. But one shot tore off, like completely decimated this dude's arm. And then a full round, understandably on this part, charged round.
Marines wear a certain level of tactical gear.
Even in Reach, though, when you see the farmers fight, the farmer NPCs fight, they don't die in, a single shot or have their arms ripped off. I'm just saying, they get hit. Ow! Bah, 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 bah,
Well,
bah.
you're also not going to see them getting arms ripped off in a game like that.
I mean, that's
they're not
fair.
going to program the bodies that way.
But still, it's just that was a tad bit ridiculous for the weakest weapon in the whole entire series.
If you use it right,
I get that.
if you're good enough with a plasma pistol, you can beat anything.
And I get that. Being an avid player, even in multiplayer, throughout every game, I have no problem, even as much as I hate grabbing the plasma pistol. It means I have to change up my gameplay a little bit.
Right.
But I can. So I understand that part. However, we are still talking stat-wise, the weakest fucking weapon in the whole entire series. From books to TV show, or to the movies, to the games. This is the weakest weapon stat-wise. It even says in the book, when one Spartan, they all pick up all the weapons around them after the enemies they killed because they ran out of their ammo. And the last Spartan, and I don't remember which book it was, I think it was Reach. One of the Spartans picks up his plasma, because fuck, why do I get left? Pretty much like, fuck, why did I get left with this? Because he knows it's the shitty fucking goddamn gun in the universe. And for something to be that overpowered, I get it for dramatic visual effects and everything. That's cool, because, I mean, it threw me off guard when I thought it was a fuel rod cannon. All I see is this big green orb get flown across the screen, and this dude's arm gets ripped off, and I'm like, holy shit, because it was unexpected.
That point, it should have exploded.
That's fair. But it cut to a whole different scene, like, shortly after that, so I'm not sure if it just ripped through him, hit the ground, and exploded or not. But at first, I thought it was a fuel rod cannon, and then I see this elite with a plasma pistol firing this thing off, tearing holes into people, and I'm like, can I have that in the game, please? Please, I want that one right there. No other plasma, I want that one. That didn't feel right when I noticed, though, when it was a plasma pistol. It just did not sit right with me at all.
I mean, inconsistent weapons can be an oversight, but in a show with this budget, fuck you. Like I said, can be an oversight. But I'm sorry, Stoner Bitch being the main character of a Halo series.
And she is a bitch throughout the whole 3 episodes.
Yeah.
She is a complete bitch. Oh, I'm going to piss you off a little bit more.
For no reason as well.
Yeah. I'm going to piss you off even more.
Oh, here we go.
Guess how Cortana is integrated into Master Chief?
Well, I don't know, but I know they don't go to the fucking Pillar of Autumn.
Nope. Surgically. She is surgically inserted into his brain to take over his body. That is the Cortana protocol. To enter into a Spartan for when they go rogue and control their body.
Let's see. What's that thing I say for a sound check? Oh, yeah, that's right. Motherfucking Paramount.
I wish your stream could see his face right now.
Yeah, it's...
Is there a word for horse shit on steroids? There should be. We need one.
Do we have a voice or an audio clip from Step Brothers? His wedding is horse shit. But yeah, that's the Cortana protocol, is to...
She's an onboard AI for a motherfucking spaceship. Not an implant.
Can I finish now? Are you done for a second?
Please, I need to breathe.
So, the whole Cortana protocol is what this is called, is to be able to control... They're tricking these Spartans into thinking that they're there to help them. But in reality, all it is to shut down their neural network so the AI can take over their body through their implants. So if they go rogue, remove any of their augmentations that can keep them in check, like their emotions and stuff like that, Cortana is there to shut them down. And Cortana is sitting there throughout the whole episode as Master Chief is doing these things, like removing his neural implant that controls his emotions. He's going rogue even more from than what he did from the first episode. And Cortana's sitting there talking to Halsey. Do I do it now? Do I do it now? I should probably shut him down. Do I do it now?
Okay. First off, since when does Cortana give a micro fuck about what Halsey says?
Since motherfucking Paramount.
And,
Paramount.
And the character that brings forth Master Chief's humanity, because before that he's basically a robot in human skin, is now his off switch?
Yeah.
Who writes this?
I don't know. Motherfucking Paramount.
I've heard about that, Fez, but I didn't know what it was. It's one of those things I got to look into.
But to wrap it all up, so a little bit, if you guys like hearing Kaz Cage, I don't know why I was about to call you Cage, Kaz rage a little bit more. If you enjoy it, are you ready? Get ready. turn up your volume.
No, don't. That's a bad idea.
So, we all know Cortana is a neuroclone, is what I'm going to call her, because that's what she is. She's a clone of
she's a clone of
Halsey's brain.
Brain map.
You know how they do it in the show? Halsey clones herself, which is illegal according to this universe. Clones herself illegally and uses the brain's clone, or the clone's brain, to create the Cortana system. It's her actual brain. It sits in a jar almost.
Okay. Hold on a minute. So these people did
And then they vaporize the clone's body so it never existed.
Not even mad about that. Just, hold on a minute. Hold on. These people did enough research to know that cloning is a thing, sort of, in the Halo lore. But they didn't know enough to know that these clones don't last very long. They die very quickly, which is why they were used as replacements when Halsey would kidnap these fucking kids and indoctrinate them into soldiers. That way, no one would question when these motherfuckers aren't around.
Well, that's
anymore.
why it became illegal, according to this show.
Every part of these clones break down. That includes the motherfucking brain. It's a body part. It doesn't matter if she cloned it. It's not going to last. It wouldn't become Cortana. That's not how this works. I have to stop talking about this.
I thought you unplugged your mic.
Anyone else need a cigarette, or is it just me? Maybe like a fifth of Jack.
Oh, one more thing. This is no. You need to help me figure this one out. Okay, so one of the Spartans that were in John's fire team during the academy,
Okay.
he escapes. They have a whole scene about that where John's like, "I'll give you 5 minutes," and he's like begging for 10 and blah blah blah. Well, you meet him again later on in the show. He's now a mayor of this planet.
You meet him in episode 2.
Yeah.
That place that Chief goes to completely unarmed and unarmored.
Right. So, tell me how this man was shot down from his plane, or his sword. Because I don't. They don't specify if he uses a sword or a pelican to escape. Anyway, he's shot down, and as he's shot down, he states that he was burning alive. Okay. Now, mind you, when he left the academy, he was in full Mark 7 Mjolnir Spartan armor.
That wouldn't have been 7.
It's the Mark 7 armor.
It wouldn't have been.
Oh, then it was the Mark 5. My bad.
It wouldn't have even been Mark 5.
It doesn't matter at this point. Yes, it would. Because John, according to the book, they don't specify what armor they're in until, when we're going to call her the bitch, points a battle rifle at John. But according to Halo lore, they were issued Mark 7 armor in the academy when they were issued their Spartan armor.
Then why is he in Mark 5 armor in Halo 1?
Oh. You're asking the wrong guy. That's something you have to talk to Bungie about, because they wrote that, not 343 or anybody else.
And the reason we know this, if anybody's ever seen Red vs. Blue, the Mark V helmet is what Caboose would always get. No matter when he upgrades his armor, it would always be that helmet, with the exception of Halo 3, when they didn't have the ability to switch it out.
Right. Anyway, it doesn't matter what Mark armor he was wearing, because this just the armor in general is super flame retardant.
Yeah.
Very flame retardant, I should say. From from the Mark 1. How is this man got so burnt that he can't even wear armor on his head?
Well, hold on. If you've been paying attention so far, only when Spartans are in situations where they might get hurt or possibly die are they wearing their armor?
He was wearing armor when he left the academy in the Pelican.
Not the helmet.
That doesn't explain why his arm has 3 fingers and burnt to a fucking crisp.
Probably took it off when he got in the Pelican.
Motherfucker, no. No. Because he even states in the show that he can't take off his armor because it's melted to his skin. That's why he's wearing the armor throughout the whole fucking series so far.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me, given what they've written so far, because Master Chief will take off his armor anytime that he could possibly be in danger.
Oh, I know.
At this, he does it so much, it's got to be part of the training. It's like, I might die today, armor off. Oh, I'm going to go to the zoo fully armored.
At least they didn't go as far as taking, tips from a Robot Chicken. Does anybody remember the Robot Chicken skit of Halo?
There were multiple with Master Chief.
I'm talking about the one that goes way too far. I've got to pee.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the entirety of Robot Chicken.
I've got to pee. Click. Oh, Cortana, did you see my penis? It's not normally this small. Hold on. Come on. Get a job. Cortana, I need help. Oh, my God.
I don't remember that.
I'm going to show you that video.
Anyway.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that didn't make sense to me on how, this. How can you get that burnt through your standard issue Spartan armor?
Very carefully.
It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
Have it be written by Paramount.
That's fair. That's very fair. Because, we're talking about a game that has...
at this point...
Even in Halo 1 had no fall damage.
At this point,
Because-
the armor itself in the series may as well actually have been made of foam. Like it is for the show, made of foam.
Fair. I'm just saying. Because even, the armor he wears... they explain why there's no fall damage in Halo is because of your armor. So, it's just...
Well, it's not just the armor.
It's the augmentation.
Yeah.
The gravity of the Halo ring.
They've basically got Wolverine skeletons.
True. I was hoping somebody could help me make sense of that, because...
Yeah, no.
It's just...
Nobody can make sense of that.
Doesn't make sense.
The people who made it can't make sense of that. But I don't know. I've raged quite a bit. There's more I could say, but I don't want to, because I'm getting older, and high blood pressure is bad for me. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about with the Halo series so far?
No, like I said, visually, the TV show's not bad if you go into it, like you said, thinking that it's not Halo. If you take the Halo aspect away from it, it's not a bad show. Visually, it's a glorious show. Visually,
you can ignore god-awful writing.
Right.
But
visually, though, this show is amazing. They've got down to, even when the Zanghili talk, that's hard to do without full CGI. And I know, the main scenes when you see this elite talk is actually somebody in a costume with CGI overlay, but the actual mechanics are there. It looks great. It does. I'm gonna watch.
Well, thanks to 343's involvement, they probably got some of the assets when it came to rigging the hinges on the mouse. That way, whenever they're saying things, they already know with that program how to move the flaps.
I'll be honest. I probably will go back to the next couple episodes. I want to see how the rest of the aliens look in the Covenant. I think the Prophets look amazing. Even
the Prophets look great. Their involvement in this show is horseshit.
Yeah, so far.
They're being scolded by a human.
Yeah.
No, these are the Prophets.
They would have fucking killed her.
The fact that a human can even get that close to the Prophets and it not be like a Spartan or something that's ambushing them.
Like I said, she was
amazes
quote unquote. It's weird that how they wrote her in. She was quote unquote kidnapped / adopted / saved / tortured / indoctrinated.
There's a reason there are no humans in the Covenant. You're not supposed to sympathize with these people at all. These are not Saturday morning cartoon villains. These are not modern Marvel villains. You're not supposed to feel good about them. You're not supposed to pity them. You're just supposed to not like them. And you're supposed to take joy in the fact that they die.
Little homework for everybody that likes Halo, but not enough to look into the lore. Do it. Look into the lore. Tell me, why the Shang Yu are such assholes. Because, that's the real bad guy.
Well, yeah. The prophets started this whole thing.
Yeah. This Shang Yu is...
But along with that, there's a reason why only the big bad guys actually have names that you know. And aside from that, members of the government whose names are known to the public are people who defected.
Yeah.
People who join our side.
Fair.
Other than that,
Like the
they're all
Shipmaster
nameless, faceless,
from Halo 3 and
bullet sponges.
Yeah. But I think you guys enjoy it. That's the homework. And you can find it easy. I promise this homework is something that you can find
Like even if you
pretty fucking easily.
even if it's hard to tell what he's saying when he says the name of the species for these guys, just the prophets.
Hence,
Search why did the prophets start the covenant or whatever. It'll tell you everything.
Master
you need to
Chief Collection. It's right there.
know. Well, yeah, but then you got to play through hours of stuff if they just want a quick explanation.
True.
YouTube.
Halo Waypoint. It's right there too, without having to click through a bunch of stuff.
Waypoint is a great resource for lore.
That's your homework, though.
But anyways, the next topic is something that makes me very happy, which is good because, like I said, blood pressure. And before I even switch over the image, no
Cortana
spoilers.
mental implant.
There will be. Oh, if there was a way for me to just, in some kind of auditory cue, show the daggers I'm staring into your very being. Anyway, the next topic, there will be no spoilers. It's brand new. I won't do that to anyone. I will change the image, but just know there's no spoilers that I will say with this. Anyways, here we go. Sonic 2. I fucking love this movie.
I'm jealous.
I don't know how better to convey it than I fucking love this movie. This is a Sonic movie through and through. The first movie obviously needed human characters, needed something to ground the story a little bit in this new universe that they created. But actually, even speaking of universes, a really nice touch is just the word multiverse being used. Not in any kind of spoilery context. Don't worry. They're not traveling through multiverses or anything like that. It's not what I mean. Just the fact that the word was uttered by the smartest person in every room, Dr. Robotnik, pretty much confirms, this is just another Sonic universe. Because it's been well established by now, there is a Sonic multiverse, which helps this fit in perfectly with everything the games have established, everything the shows and the comics have established, and it doesn't break a single thing. So it's really small, but I thought that was a really nice touch, just to add that into the script somewhere.
I'm listening.
But it really is. It's a Sonic movie through and through. The humans are there. They have their own kind of plotline going on. If you've seen the trailers, which I hope, you already know there's the wedding storyline.
Right.
So, Tom and Maddie, they're in Hawaii for Rachel's wedding. Can't really talk about that because there are really, really important things happening there. But for the most part, they've got their own thing, and it doesn't take away from anything happening with Sonic and Tails. So it's really nice to have just a buddy adventure movie where it really, really does focus on those two.
Well, especially since, no matter what story you read or play or watch when it comes to Sonic in general, Tails is always there. So if you don't get that right, the whole thing is wrong.
Well, it's not exactly like that. They did it right, having him show up in the second one, not just because Sonic 2 was the debut of Tails, but because Sonic is an established character.
Well,
And
I'm
then-
not saying just in
I
the way they brought him in, just their connection in general.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember why the connection is there in the first
Yeah.
place. Tails was a fanboy.
True.
And in the movie, Tails is a fanboy. Now, there is a prequel comic for this movie. If you have not read it, there are ways you can find it. It's Sonic Prequel. So PRE-QUILL.
You got a hyperlink ready that we can put in chat?
I don't, because I don't have a resource to where you can actually read it for free, and I don't know if this comic actually costs money, so I don't know if you can legally read it for free. But if you cannot find it to read, what you can do is you can go to Game Apologist on YouTube. He's got a video where he breaks down all of it.
Somebody's got to have something out on YouTube.
Yeah, I sent you the link. At some point, maybe I'll link it in the description.
Okay.
So that people can find it.
Or you can find it in our Discord. We'll put it there.
Yeah, most likely. But it's really helpful because it explains what happens with Agent Stone, Dr. Robotnik, Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic. They each have their own specific story. It's a 5-story issue that just tells what they've been doing, kind of what's been going on, why they're doing what they're doing, that kind of thing.
Do you want more?
What?
Do you want more?
Yes. Is that even a question? Do you want more metaphysical?
You discuss. I'll listen.
Do you want
And
more metaphysical? Yes, I want more.
because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I have nothing to say.
There is one big criticism I have about this movie, though.
What is that?
It's more of a personal criticism for me, just because of the things that I hate. I don't know if the soundtrack of this movie has been made public or whatever, but given how the first movie went, don't be too surprised, because there's pop music. And obviously it's going to be stuff that's, that generally everybody knows, especially if they follow pop music culture. The one that they choose to go with, and the song you hear the most of, is Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk.
What?
Yes, they play a considerable amount of this fucking song, and I hate it. I hate every second of it. I hate what they're doing during it. Although there is a single frame of that sequence where you get to see the classic Sonic pose from when they first did his redesign. Like when he officially made the jump from 2D to 3D. I'm not talking Sonic R or anything like that. I'm talking Sonic Adventure. So you've got him where it looks like he's mid-sprint. He's got one arm up, the other one is down, and he's pointing. No. He's got his legs apart like this, because he's mid-sprint. He's leaning forward.
I wish people could see what the fuck you're doing right now.
Well, it's a freeze frame of a cartoon. Don't fucking judge me. Anyway. So, legs apart, mid-sprint. He's got one arm down. Of course, he's got huge fucking hands. So, it's between there.
You didn't have an image ready for anybody at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about it because I didn't realize I was going to bring this up, but I really should have because it's the Sonic pose. If you've ever seen a freeze frame of Sonic, it's most likely this pose. It's that iconic. So having that there made the scene bearable because as soon as I realized that's what they were doing, it made it better. It made it something that I could enjoy out of this little, not even really a montage, just it's the Bruno Mars segment. That's what it is. It's the Bruno Mars segment, and I don't like it. But it's made even worse considering the fact that you hear Pantera for about 20 seconds, and then it's gone. Just abruptly ends. It's like, no, you did a thing I like. Bring it back. It makes sense. It makes sense in the scene. It makes sense with the context. Do it.
Can I just say, look, I don't like the color pink, but that looks fucking gorgeous.
Which, while we're shaking this and we've got the mics on, sponsor again, Metaphysical. Promo code METATHEKIDPLAYS. Get you 10% off your order. They've been kind to us. Please be kind to them.
Like, you can join their Discord too. I still need to change the bot for that. Just look up Metaphysical in Discord. I'm sure you'll find it. I'll probably post an invite on our Facebook today.
Only thing is, make sure you spell it right if you're gonna search for it, because
It is not metaphysical. It's F.
Well,
physical.
not just the F, the Y and the Z. You got to make sure
Yeah.
you get that in there. Otherwise, it'll bring you to some other shit that's not.
But can we
this.
just appreciate like how awesome that looks?
Oh yeah.
I'm serious. Like,
See, I don't have a clear cup.
I'm just saying in general though. Because like even when you buy the Kool-Aid packets, you could still see through the color. I don't see through that color at all. It's just nothing but dark pink goodness.
Well, I mean, it's dark, but you can also tell that it's still a liquid.
Yeah.
Like, some of those other drinks you'll get, they're so dark that it looks like...
But the color itself is dark enough. It's almost smoothie-like.
Well, I just mean, with some others, it looks like the cup has been painted on. Mm-hmm. Like, it's that dark that you can't... No light
so
even
good.
shines through it. But, no, this is good.
That's so good. I'm excited for the strawberry
I don't
banana.
even like Starburst, and I like this.
I'm excited for the strawberry banana.
You were kind of skeptical about it for a
I
second.
am, but at the same time, it's just the way
Just
that
like,
these
with-
flavors
with
are coming
how good
in.
everything's been so far.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Sonic the Hedgehog is probably hyped up on Metaphysical. It's probably his go-to drink. I swear.
It fucking better be. The dude needs some focus. Well, because he's still a kid. In the beginning of the movie, excuse me, just to give a time frame for people, because they never actually mention it, Robotnik says that he spent like 200 and something days on the Mushroom Planet. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm pretty sure that's wrong. That or just days on a different planet are going differently in a different solar system. Maybe
Yeah.
they take longer, and he just doesn't notice it or whatever. I
Right.
don't know. But number one, there's no way his mustache grows that much in that amount of time. And number two, Agent Stone all of a sudden running a coffee shop. If you read the prequel comic, you'll understand why that didn't happen overnight. Because they go into detail what happened with Stone and how he got there, why he did it.
Right.
It makes sense. And all these stories run together. Like, what was that?
1-888-545-4170.
Hello, Scam Likely.
Well, it doesn't say scam likely. That's the weird thing.
It should.
But it doesn't. I'm going to ignore that. They can leave a voicemail if it's important. Anyway, sorry.
They do take a minor liberty with a game element, but if you take it into context, it makes sense. It's not lore breaking. It's perfectly fine. The things they're doing with the owls, once again, makes sense. It's a little bit lore breaking, but not to the point where it actually makes a big difference.
Fair.
I'm trying to make sure I couch my language in non-spoilery stuff, and while I'm trying to detail the things that I really, really like about this movie, not say what they are specifically. The main thing is if you know anything about Sonic, if you enjoyed the first movie, even if you didn't enjoy the first movie, do yourself a favor, watch this. It is better than the first movie. It is very, very
You should probably
clearly-
still watch the first movie if you haven't.
You should for context, but I mean, if you watch the first one and you didn't like it, you will like this one more.
Well, see, that's the great thing that Sonic's always... The great thing that's always been great about Sonic is that there was never really a reason to start at a certain point when it comes to, at least when it comes to the games. And I feel from what I've
That's
seen
fair.
so far that there's not much of a reason to do that with the movie either. Because, I mean, Sonic is Sonic. It's action-packed. It's fun. It has always been that way.
Right.
Each game, though, has always kind of had its own story that's connected, but at the same time, not so connected that, oh my god, I had to play the first one to do it. And like I said, from what I've seen so far, you don't need to really watch the first one to understand the second one.
You probably will just to understand the beginning of this one because they reference things but they don't explain it.
Okay.
Like you already have the knowledge of these characters and their relationship and why they are the way they are with
Right.
each other. So it'll definitely help. But like I said, even if you didn't enjoy it but still took the time to see it, this is a very clearly a Sonic movie. You will enjoy it. Especially if you're going in for the fact of it being a Sonic movie.
Yeah.
This one is way more Sonic than anything. So it's the things I learn about this company. Paramount, when it comes to writing TV shows, dog shit. When it comes to writing a movie, they actually give a shit what people think about these properties.
Right. It's because
Like,
how do you
they,
get?
They even took the criticism of the first movie, toned down the human involvement,
right.
and
then,
dialed it up to 11 when it came to.
And I mean,
the
they made
Sonic
a
and Tails
whole
involvement.
fucking visual change for the first movie, and that's what I don't understand. I went through because I was curious about it after watching the first 3 episodes of Halo, and there was a lot of things they could have easily changed with no problem at all, none whatsoever. They could have easily, with Dr. Halsey even, and the way she sounds,
Why
and
is she British?
just did fucking voice overlay. Easy fix. From audio clips. Wouldn't have been a problem at all. You can make a full visual change after a movie's been done and change a whole visual of a character, but you can't go back and do some audio clip overlay on a character that is obviously not the character.
I don't know. Or, I don't know, just hire an actual old woman to
Right.
play Halsey. That's also possible. You know, they exist. Old people are real. I don't know what you heard.
I don't want to get old, but, whatever.
Like, they're not some myth. They're real.
Sometimes.
Hell,
don't
just
you know we all
take
live in a
person who
simulation?
looks old and dye their hair white. There you go.
Yeah,
As long as they got some wrinkles.
there you go. I mean, I'm just saying, we're all in a simulation anyway. It's whatever.
It's like, I don't have anything against the actress that plays Halsey. I think she's great.
Oh, yeah.
She is not good for this character.
Not at all whatsoever. Speaking of a simulation, I read something the other day that kind of intrigued me. We are already dead. So, the theory is when you die, your life flashes before your eyes.
And that's what we're experiencing now.
We're experiencing that. We are just like, so the theory follows Einstein's theory of time. So everything that we look at in space is already dead or dying, right? Because it's so far out. Blah 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 blah. So the theory of time now stands: when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. We're just experiencing it at a slower pace. We're experiencing our memories. Like right now, I'm just experiencing a memory of us talking about this theory that I know, and that's where the theory kind of gets a little obscure and
Well,
nonsense.
No, it breaks down as soon as you apply it to humans in the first place.
I know.
Because what we're seeing when we look up at the night sky is, like you said, it's dead stars. These
or
are
dying, yeah.
These are stars that existed a long time ago, and their light is just now
Reaching us.
Yeah. But it was alive for so long that the tail end of that light still hasn't reached the planet yet. But there's been nothing to obscure it.
And if it's red,
so
it's
still
definitely dead.
coming.
Just saying.
But I mean, that says nothing about what's already on this planet or how we experience the things that are here.
I just thought it was interesting, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Because, I mean, you're talking billions upon billions of light years away
True.
versus what's 2 feet in front of you.
I actually had an argument though with somebody. I don't remember who it was now. They weren't important. But we were talking about
Wow.
they're not. I don't even know the person. Like, it's how unimportant this person is. That they were arguing me.
Unimportant to you. You have to make that distinction. Everybody's important to somebody.
That's fair. Okay.
See, I'm watching y'all's back.
We were talking about red light and and how the light spectrum works. And I kind of interrupted this conversation. I was like, red light's actually the thinnest in the spectrum. And he goes, no, it's not. It's the brightest. And I was like, no. He goes, well, that's why it comes first in the rainbow. I said, no, technically it comes last in the rainbow.
The reason it comes last is because red travels the farthest.
It travels the farthest and is the thinnest line on the spectrum. That's why when you look at the stars and you see something that's why the saying is red is dead. It applies not only with weapons, safety on weapons, but it also applies to the stars. The red light is the
I'm
furthest
pretty sure that
away.
was a coincidence.
I know, but the red is dead. Period. So it makes sense because red light is the last to reach us. Even if you look at the color, like the red light we're looking at right now, that is seconds behind this white light. Red is dead. And he goes, no, man, that's why it's first in the rainbow. I said, no, it's not. I said, because when you make a rainbow through white light through a prism, the red is the last to show. That's why it's not the brightest either. Because if you look at colors like purple and blue, they're really dark, in-your-face colors. But when you reach the red, it starts to fade out.
A combination of other colors.
I know, but whenever you throw that out there, you'll see the colors purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. But when you get to the orange and red colors, they actually start to thin out, and they're not. How do I put this without sounding weird? It's not as thick. Does that make sense? It's not a very.
Yes.
It's very thinned out and almost non-visible. You could still see the color, but it's not all there because of how thin the light string. I say light string because whenever I view the spectrum of light, I see it in a wave of a string and a wave.
I get what you're saying.
But it's the thinnest light string. And it was funny because he badgered, no, it's the first in the rainbow. No, it's not. You're talking about this to somebody that like this is his favorite thing to talk about right now is fucking stars, my guy. Shut the fuck up. It pissed me off. I had to walk away or I was gonna punch him and go to jail.
Okay, anyways, so back to Sonic. Side note for anyone who actually stays after credits to see extra scenes.
Me.
Just like in the first movie, and I'm pretty sure this is going to continue. What? Yeah, that makes sense, Fez. See, he was actually in the army.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, end credit scenes. Just like in the first movie, I'm pretty sure this trend is going to continue, introducing a character in the credits. This one is big. Like, monumentally big.
Ooh.
I can't even start to give any kind of hint about who it is because of how big this character is.
Bum, bum, bum.
It has me extremely hyped for the next movie. Like, if this one's good, the next one, if it's not good, it's going to kill the franchise. That's how big this character is and how much they need to get it right. If anybody has seen any leaks or heard any reports from leaks, you will know that during the premiere, there was an end credit scene, or I guess a mid-credit scene, and there was also another one. It was more text than anything else, but it had to do with the Sonic 3 logo. Please don't do that. That looks really weird and no one can see you.
Oh my god, I was so excited.
You just looked it up, didn't you?
No, I looked up something else.
Well, anyways, hold on. Let me finish. I've tried to do this a couple times now. During the premiere, the text-based thing, that is not in the movie. At least not when I went to see it. So as soon as you see that mid-credit scene, there's nothing else. You can sit there for the rest of the credits if you want to, if that's your thing, but you're not required to. There's nothing else. Whatever they did at the premiere, they're just not doing anymore. Just
look it up on
wait
YouTube.
for the character reveal, and you'll be good.
You want to hear some exciting news that I just read?
Is it spoilery in any context?
It has nothing to do with this topic.
Is it spoilery for any topic?
No, not at all.
Okay, what is it?
So, remember that image that I sent you the other day that I got really excited for, but I wasn't sure about it. It was just an image that was shared. Well, it's been confirmed, and we are getting Flood ODST firefight.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
I knew that was Buck.
It is only custom game modes, though.
I'm fine with that.
Which is okay. That's fine.
That doesn't bother me one bit.
It dropped today, which means that Master Chief Collection might have an update, and I don't know if we can play it because of the update.
Well, I mean, we're at the 2-hour mark now, and I still have one more thing to talk about, so that's probably fair.
We both have one more thing to talk about. So are we playing Halo today or not?
Probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
So Reach will be on hold for a little bit. Here, let me take Sonic off there. Long story short, do yourself a favor, go see this movie. It is really that good. And people who have been watching this show for any amount of time know how much I hate Hollywood, how much I hate modern screenwriting, just hate the culture around it in general. This movie is that damn good.
Yeah, I believe you.
Please, please, please do yourself a favor and go see this. I don't care how you have to see it. Just do it and thank me later. So,
we prefer you not to pirate it, though, because we don't condone that.
We don't condone sailing the high seas.
However, we especially don't condone it with movies that we enjoy and we think that you will enjoy. Support.
Yes, please.
Support the things you like.
It's very important for this movie to be supported because that money will go into the sequel. And if the sequel does badly, like maybe...
We'll blame you.
Well, no. if the sequel does badly for any reason, like I said, it will kill the movie franchise.
Oh, yeah.
That's how big of a risk this is.
Excuse me.
I'll tell you as soon as the episode's over, and you'll understand.
But no, seriously, if you want to go pirate...
No, we can't tell you to. We can't recommend you do it. We can't any of that.
Well, I can't stop you either.
Exactly. That's the thing. We have no control over you, so you do whatever you want to do.
You were grown up, maybe.
Some of you, possibly. Even the grown-ups aren't fully grown
That's
up.
why they call me kid.
Anyways, before I go on to my last thing I needed to talk about today, you said there was something else you wanted to talk about? Was it just the...
No, it's a big announcement. Well, we're going to discuss more about the big announcement that we've already announced that we're still announcing.
Right. The implementation of it might change from the ideas that we have because we have two mostly the same but kind of different ideas that we're kind of ironing out the details on, but go ahead.
Okay, so everybody knows by now, if you're watching or watching later and have made it this far, thank you. You're a trooper. You did good.
We appreciate you.
I hope you have great bowel movements for the next week. We have reached our 50 follower goal. We have surpassed our 50 follower goal. Yes. I am giving a $50 gift card for you to use for your shopping needs, your gas needs.
Well, I mean, it's coming from the show, so technically we can say we.
Yeah, we are doing it. Because we know how hard things can be. We've been in that position, and now we are successful enough that we can give back. And I want to give back. Because without you, there is no us. I've said that many times, and I will continue to say it. So thank you.
Because it'll always be true.
I have added to the giveaway.
Oh.
I have added to the giveaway. Because I love the product that is sponsoring us so much. Metaphysical, thank you. We are also giving away, because I'm gonna go out and buy it. I'm gonna do it myself. 1 tub of Metaphysical for free, flavor of your choice. Now, currently, the Atlantis Elixir is not available without the bundle. But if that is what you want, I can get it to happen. Just saying. So go on their website, take a look. Everybody get an idea of what you want. Because, are you done, babe?
Trying to charge battery.
I love you.
Me too.
Go on their website and get an idea of what flavor you want because it could be you that wins. Now, Now, I'm not sure yet. I guess we could discuss this now. Do we want to make it one whole winner for both, or do we want to do two separate winners?
Actually, you know what? Let's leave that up to them.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Should we do 2 winners, 1 winner, have it a package, have it be separate? You let us know.
In
type it
Discord
the
or
chat,
Facebook.
Type it on Facebook, Discord, in the comments, however you want to do it. Let us know what you think. Even tag us on Twitter.
Yeah, we got a twatter. It's twatter.
And you can...
Because when I made it on the Twitch, I put twatter, not Twitter. What did I say?
He says no idea, lol.
But yeah, your choice of metaphysical and a $50 gift card will be given away to 2 winners.
Fez says 2
A
winners.
lucky winner or winners. Because like I said, this is something I did not expect to happen so quickly. This is awesome. I am so thankful for everybody. And like I said before, we've been in that rough spot.
Yep.
You know, if I had the opportunity to win $50, I'd been on it quicker than shit. And now we're in a place where we can do that for you guys because you guys are awesome.
The main
Make
thing
us
is,
awesome.
this is all about you guys. Whether it's support or what have you, what we make, it may just be us having some fun, but it's still to make entertainment for all of you. So no matter what we do, just know this is for you.
And this is really for me because it gives me something to do on a Monday.
He can think that all he wants to, but come on, guys. We know the truth.
Oh, man. Mondays are shitty, so we're glad that we can make your Monday great.
By the way, one detail we do have about the giveaway, one thing that we've already ironed out, you will need to follow us on Discord and Facebook.
Yes.
Excuse me, I almost burped right in the microphone. That would have been
Because
really
of
rude.
the fact that we have 2 different places where we post or we stream this. YouTube's weird, and we don't know who's subscribed. We just don't. We don't get notifications on it. The only thing we get is you've got a new subscriber. It doesn't tell me your name, your username, nothing at all. So to our YouTube viewers, go to the description, go to the About page on YouTube. All the links are there for Discord and the Facebook group. Go join those because that's where, from now on, all updates will be posted to those pages.
Right. And you're never required to post or interact or anything like
Not at all.
that. It's just a way for us to reach you. And I guess that's not entirely accurate. The one time you will be somewhat required to react in some way will be for this giveaway. That way we know that you're interested. We know that you want to win. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
But the big thing is we're not saying whether what we post for you to respond to will be on Discord or Facebook to win this. You'll have to watch the show and find out.
Yep.
And the giveaway, so that people know, so you can prepare. What's the week after the 18th?
I'm looking it up now because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I forgot to check.
The 25th will be the
25th.
next episode. The 18th, my wife is having surgery, so we will not be having a show. Kaz might be doing something for us. I'm not sure.
I'm trying to get something put together. That way you guys have something in the way of entertainment
Right.
for that week.
But mind you, on that date, though, the 25th, did I say the 20th? I said the 25th.
Yes, the 25th.
When we announce
I
the
guess
winner,
we just could have counted up 7 from 18, and that would have done it quicker.
when we announce the winner, the day after, the 26th, the podcast will no longer be up on either YouTube or Twitch. I will remove them, so you need to watch. But I will.
Yeah, the only way to know is to watch live.
You have to watch. If nobody hits us up, if the winner does not hit us up on either Discord or Facebook, we're gonna do another roll, and we'll keep doing it until somebody actually pays attention.
But it'll have to happen live.
Yep. That's it. That's what we have. That's what I have on my end. What the hell are those?
Those sweatpants, Grandma. They're both this big.
Okay, maybe we should have a camera just for certain parts of the show.
Turn the camera on now.
I put them up. They're tight. It's tighter than I can get
That means a lot, Fez. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
And that's as tight as I can get.
Jesus.
So I have one more thing to cover.
Okay.
Got to move so we can both see the screen.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise you'll be watching it on the delay on the monitor. So, for those that know, there was a 20th anniversary celebration for Kingdom Hearts, which just so happens to be my favorite RPG of all time.
His favorite.
I can't even put into words how much I like this story. Now, of course, that says a lot about me with how complicated the story can be, but if
He's a very convoluted person, so
if you've
convoluted
listened to
game
earlier
fits him.
episodes, you've already heard me explain this. The story's actually not that complicated. It's just a lot to remember. But while they were announcing other things for like the mobile games, you know, they're still updating those. They're still giving out some story. There's some explanations that are happening for characters that we know but didn't get information on. What they did do was they also released a trailer for something brand new. Something I was certainly not expecting because I hadn't been paying attention to much Kingdom Hearts news after 3 released until Melody of Memory. Then I just shut it off completely because I figured they just came out with a game. Nothing new is going to happen for quite a while. I'm sure they don't want the same mistake that happened with Kingdom Hearts 3, where they announced the game too early. It was still early in development, and they ended up having to use the newest engine
Right.
instead of their in-house engine, so they had to rebuild the entire game from scratch, even with what they had already made.
I still need to play that game.
Push development, you know, it made it take, I think it was 6 years before that game
Jesus.
finally came out. So I'm sure they're trying to avoid that. And then all of a sudden, at the 20th anniversary, we got this. Pausing it right away, those that do know, the last saga was called the Seeker of Darkness arc. It was the Xehanort saga. That was the villain. Now, they concluded that with Kingdom Hearts 3. The game's been out for several years at this point. I feel completely comfortable spoiling any of that I can.
Yeah, I still need to replay 1 and 2 as well. It's been so fucking long. And I keep meaning to. I do. And I say this every fucking time.
Well, I'm pretty sure 3 is still on Game Pass.
Yes.
I know they had to take off the 1.5 and 2.5 remixes.
But I owned every game for the PlayStation, and now I don't play my PlayStation anymore.
It is what it is. Bye, streamer. Have a good day, man.
You gonna head out like a fetus and leave?
But anyways, now we're starting something brand new.
自分が望む結末ではなかったと絶望す
So
るの
the
なら
trailer is not in English. There are subtitles.
他の世界に退場すればいい。選択肢は無限にあるはずだ。
I'm not as big as fan as this game as he is, but I still played 1, 2. I never played the remixes though.
Now, if you are a cinemaphile, you may recognize here, particularly the trees.
Is that indoor? Go back.
No. Just hold on. Wait, or did it already show it? And I just missed it like an idiot. Actually, I think it did. Why won't my mouse do what I want it to? Ah, fucking hell. I didn't pause it quite right. One more time. There we go. There is something in this frame that will be brought up here in just a couple minutes. Don't worry. But if you know, you know.
I don't know.
You'll see then. Of course, the iconic chess piece from Kingdom Hearts 3. Hoping to move an apartment that Sora seems to be sleeping in. Kind of threw me off a little bit, but then I remembered what happened at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, so it makes sense. This is the character who's been mentioned.
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間
Shown yet?
ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクアットラトゥム。 聖者の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては死の世界ってことになるみたい。
What engine are they using for this?
Unreal 5.
Is it okay? That's
Now-
what I thought.
They used Unreal 5 assets, if I remember right, for this, but it's actually running in the Unreal 4 engine. The main takeaway from this, none of it is pre-rendered. All this is rendered in real time, running on Unreal 4. So it's going to look even better and even more photorealistic in
In-game.
Unreal 5.
Yeah. Run, Sora, run! I got a key!
Free run.
Got bit. I got bit
I hope they don't go as they did in Kingdom Hearts
だが一度退場すれば元の世界に戻れると思うな。
They're going to change it, the way the font looks
Well,
and everything.
That's fine and dandy. I'm glad that they do that. That way they kind of separate each arc and make sure that people know that this is the same story, just
手が
different.
かり見つかるといい
See,
ね。
I'm really wondering about this part, though.
Fuck you, Goop.
The setting makes it look like they're still in the Keyblade graveyard like they were at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
おい、ど
However,
こへ行くんだよ。
that's Hades. So, if they are still in the Keyblade graveyard, how the fuck is Hades there? He doesn't travel anymore. The last time we saw him travel, he was still convening with Maleficent. She had like a League of Villains type of deal going on in Hull of Bastion. And they had that one meeting that we actually saw. And after that, they all went their separate ways. Nobody contacted each other.
I don't know.
So that's really strange.
We'll
And
find out.
If they are
What if that's
traveling,
not Hades,
why-
then?
I looked at it over and over and over, and I saw the way the blue flame acted. That's pretty much the same effect as his fire in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, fair enough.
So for the redesign, the new look of everything, I'm pretty sure that's him. Not to mention kind of his speech pattern, the way he talks. I know it was really hard to hear or damn near impossible for me for some reason. Yeah, that's my fault. I forgot to adjust the audio on the video, but don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, hun. How dare you fuck us over? Hey, Ali, you should jump over to Twitch and piss off Kaz. Do
Why?
it. Do the tentacles.
No.
Tentacles! Tentacles!
You know, it's not even my stream. I don't
I don't
care.
care! Tentacles!
As long as they're not in my chat. I don't want no tentacles in my chat. Do I look like I'm Japanese? I don't think so.
I think you're
Sorry,
speaking
was that slightly
Japanese.
racist? I think it was
speaking
slightly
Japanese. I
racist.
really think so. I think you're speaking Japanese. I think you're speaking Japanese. I really think so.
Evil lead Hades? Evil led Hades? Oh, like a new lead villain? I hope not. I mean, I like James Woods playing that character as much as the next guy, but
No,
not as the
yeah.
main villain. But no, in the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 3, where you actually see where Sora
Yeah.
ends up in this realistic version of Japan, or what seems to be Japan.
Which we've now determined that is fiction.
Right, it's not actually Japan, it's the world of Quadratum, which is the video game world Verum Rex
Right.
inside the Toy Story world. It like I
It's
said,
a world within another world, with other worlds within this
here's the
world.
thing. In the Kingdom Hearts games, the Toy Box world,
Yeah.
which is Toy Story, exists.
Right.
The world of Quadratum, the video game Verum Rex, does not. It's
Which would make it
fake.
fiction.
It's not
Right.
real. It doesn't exist, but people can still end up there somehow. It has something to do with abusing the power of waking. Some kind of punishment
I can see
imposed
that.
by the world.
Yeah.
But in that secret ending, you see the Master of Masters, who's on top of a building, looking at the moon, and of course makes the heart shape with his hands to signify Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Because Kingdom Hearts is a heart-shaped moon. Or at least that's the way it presents itself.
Right.
So, I don't know. He's got somebody with him. I'm thinking it's Luciu. They're most likely hiding his face because he's using his true face now. But we don't know. But of course, if you haven't seen Kingdom Hearts Key back cover or played Kingdom Hearts 3, you probably don't know who Luciu is, but don't worry. Just Google a recap. You'll figure it out. Luciu is spelled Luxu. That'll make it even easier to find him. But, that thing I said we'd talk about in a couple minutes. I'm going to make sure I mute the audio on this. Media source. There we go. Because Allie already knows if she's sticking around for this, the audio for this is really, really fucking annoying. But, here's the thing. Check this out. Someone actually took the time to overlay and compare the foot of an ATST in that
I
shot.
said, so that was indoor.
That was Endor. In the worlds of fiction, in Kingdom Hearts 4, expect to see Star Wars. Which is something I didn't think I'd ever fucking say.
Well, and see, we talked about it. You were dogging the idea of Star Wars and Marvel all being within this world, but
Right.
and I said it wouldn't be hard to write it in and make it fun.
Well, the advantage...
And now you're excited for it. Listen to you.
No. I'm not excited for it. I'm still skeptical. I don't want the worlds of Star Wars or Marvel ending up in Kingdom Hearts because the way those worlds work cannot mesh with the way Kingdom Hearts works. You know, just even the mechanics of the heart in those worlds doesn't make sense when you take into account Star Wars or Marvel.
Well, when you're talking about fiction within fiction,
Exactly. But that's not a thing
It doesn't
that we knew
matter.
existed until Kingdom Hearts 3 came around.
yeah.
Because throughout that story, we find out about the worlds of...
Yeah! Tentacles!
God damn it. But anyways, knowing that these worlds aren't real, they don't exist, that opens up the door to things like this,
Yeah.
where the mechanics can't mesh because none of it makes sense together. It doesn't have to. Because these worlds aren't real in the first place.
Right.
And Sora even being there is a punishment.
No, I think it'll work out. I mean, even with some of the things that don't make sense in the previous games and that we have talked about in the past too, you know, it's still found its way. It has always found its way to be fun.
Well, the cartoony worlds of Disney actually lend itself to the mechanics of Kingdom
not just the
Hearts.
mechanics, but the world of it opens itself up to so many vivid opportunities to make it bright and fun and enjoyable to make sense and
to a certain extent.
run itself in a manner that it runs itself at.
Like, they had to stretch really fucking far to get Big Hero 6 to work in that context.
True.
And I don't want to see themselves strain even further than that to try to get other things to make sense.
Yeah.
So as long as they're playing with the fictional world type of deal, where none of it's real anyway,
Yeah.
then I'm kind of okay with it, but I'm still taking it with a grain of salt. Because something about it just seems unnaturally wrong
Right.
to me.
Well, what I'm curious about, and this is, can run into a plethora of many theories.
Plethora?
Yeah, a lot of theories.
No, I don't want it. Anyways, continue.
Is what segment of Star Wars are we? I mean, granted, yeah, we're seeing Endor but is this aftermath of the Empire? Is this during the Empire, during during the Endor War? Is this?
Well, this is going to tell how long it's been since I've even watched anything Star Wars related. I don't remember which times they went to Endor.
On screen once.
Once? But which movie was that?
Empire Strikes Back.
So the second one.
No, I'm sorry, the
well-
third one. It'd be the third one.
So
So I don't. That's not Empire.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. That is because that's when they're fighting, or the shield generator for the second Death Star is on Endor.
Right, the Ewoks.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
and so they're fighting and blah 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 blah. And then Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader are fighting each other, and he's like, "You can join the Star, do it." That's where the whole do
What
it
about
thing
Ewok
comes.
movies? I saw one Ewok movie.
Yes, the Christmas special.
No, not the Christmas special, the animated one.
Oh, pff,
They actually had a full-length animated Ewok movie.
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good.
I mean, the Christmas special was
It was
technically
really
an Ewok
forgettable.
movie. I'm just saying.
Nobody considers that. It's fucking dog shit.
It was a good movie. What the fuck?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
That
was.
dumb.
When was the last time you watched it?
A long ass time.
Exactly. and
Because
that's-
I never felt the need to watch it ever again. I don't even think I finished that pile of shit.
It had nothing to do. What I liked about it, it had nothing to do with any of the main characters. It was its own story.
dumb.
It was a nice change for Star
It was
Wars.
dumb.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoy
Yeah, I know
movies,
there was
unlike
the
some
live-action
people.
one, but the only one I saw was the animated one.
The live action one was the Christmas special.
I don't know. I don't know exactly when he said that, so I'm not sure. I don't know if we're talking.
No,
about
they
the
did the Christmas special with the Ewoks because the dude landed on Endor and he was being taken care of by Ewoks. No, you're right. It wasn't. That was a different movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say, don't defend that Christmas special bullshit.
That's right, because we learned about the Wookiees' special Christmas traditions, and then they kind of brought it into, which I liked, by the way. They tied it. I don't know if you noticed. Have you seen the new Lego movie, Star Wars Lego movie?
No.
It's the Christmas Lego special.
There's a Star Wars Lego movie.
Yes, it's a Christmas special, and it's on.
I don't know if
it's
I
on
count
Disney Plus.
straight to DVD bullshit.
No, it's on
actual
Disney Plus.
movies.
It's a fun little movie, but they kind of did the whole, Wookiee Christmas tradition where Chewbacca's like, we've got to have this special meal, blah 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 blah, and the whole movie is about finding this special meal for Chewbacca.
So wait, Aries, were there multiple animated Ewok movies, or was it just the one? Because I only remember one.
No, see, the one I'm thinking about is a rebel pilot crash lands on Endor, and he was being taken care of by the Ewoks, and he ends up helping them out as well. Oh yeah, God, shows you how long it's been though.
Well, see, the bigger problem is I don't even remember what the title of the Ewok movie I saw is.
I don't know. I don't even remember. I would have to ask my pop because he's the one that showed me all the little side movies that they did. Because he's even a bigger Star Wars fan than I am, and he still has to date all of those on VHS.
Yeah.
All of them still on VHS.
Yeah, we only had one.
And of course we can't watch them because he doesn't own a VHS that I know of.
I mean, a VCR.
Or yeah, the VCR. And I definitely don't own one.
See, I still have a ton of my own VHS tapes, and I need to get a VHS to DVD converter because I've got a ton of blank DVDs.
Yeah,
That are just sitting there collecting dust because I've got nothing to do with them.
fair.
But if I could turn all those tapes into discs, then I could actually watch the shit. Because a lot of it you can't even find when you're sailing the high seas. It's that old
Yeah.
or that obscure. And I want to be able to watch it again. But I was looking the other day trying to find a VHS to DVD converter. Fucking $300.
I know.
For the old ones.
You know what you could try? There's a website. I found them on TikTok. This guy's created a company where he sells old classic toys and gaming stuff. Like he's got NESs in bundles. Like he legit went out to like garage sales, found them in boxes, bought them by the box, and is now selling them for reasonable prices. Believe it or not, he's got a Nintendo set with Pokemon, or with both Pokemon Stadium games,
Drank too much
2
Off-traK,
controllers,
gotta pee.
memory pack, a rumble pack, the whole 9 for like $300. I'm sure you can find like one of those websites and find one for pretty cheap.
I don't know. Well, the issue is I want to make sure that it works because I don't want to have to buy multiple of these things. There's always that risk.
If that says he has one, it still works.
You do? Can I use it for a couple weeks?
A couple of weeks.
I got a lot of VHS, all right? All right, I'm going to hit up your bathroom. You talk for a minute.
Okay.
I drank too much
What am I gonna
Metaphysical.
talk
Is
about?
that good?
Yeah, Metaphysical. I can't put it on there, but you guys should check it out. Aries, have you had a chance to go buy yours yet? Fez, have you bought yours yet? How dare you not buy it yet if you haven't? You need to do that. It's so good. We're drinking the pink Starburst one, which is the tropical hurricane. Holy shit, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Oh shit. So how's everybody doing? Speaking of Star Wars, what's everybody's favorite Star Wars movie? Let's get that in the chat. Let's figure out what your favorite Star Wars movie is. Mine will always be... Oh, you said if. Well, you should figure out if it works. But mine would have to be Phantom Menace. I'm sorry. That gets a lot of hate. But Phantom Menace is my favorite Star Wars movie. It just... I could watch that one thousands of times over and over and over. You haven't worked a full week since February. What the hell? That's not good. You should do that. You should just go work. That says that if it still works, and that he hasn't worked a full week since February.
I feel better now.
Sound like you feel better.
Oh. I mean, I can test if it still works for you. I'm more than happy to do that. I tried. I had no
Man,
problem.
I'll tell you
know
what,
if it
though.
worked good.
Even if you're hurting for money, Metaphysical is reasonably priced. We were
Yes, I know, Allie.
we were doing a stream the other night, and a buddy of mine is working to get sponsored with somebody else, and I was looking at their website just for shits and giggles. I wanted to find out what this product was. They wanted, for the same size tub that we have for Metaphysical, they were charging $55 fucking dollars.
For a tiny little jar like that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
33 serving tub, $55.
It's almost twice what Metaphysical costs.
$20.99 for Metaphysical.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metaphysical's better, by all accounts.
I can look it up too. Hold on. I don't remember what it's called. You need to stop getting suspended.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he got suspended because Spirit are assholes.
Do what?
Spirit are assholes.
Is he working at Spirit now?
No.
Oh, you're watching. Look. Oh. Hey, are you home? What do you mean right now, Aries?
Well, while you're typing a response to what he just said, Rogue One was actually surprisingly good, I thought, for what Star Wars had been doing up to that point. So I was very surprised, and I like that. And you're right, the gritty war feel. It. How do I put it? It's like it made it into that experience that you missed watching the original Star Wars trilogy.
Okay, it's like maybe a little bit more servings
Oh,
than
this is what that guy was talking about?
Yeah. Look at that fucking price tag for 45 servings.
See, when I first saw him type in chat, I thought he meant that he was watching everyone who was playing on stream, which is why I went ahead and started my own stream playing with you guys. Because I originally wasn't gonna.
That's ridiculous, though.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Metaphysical all the way.
Oh, man. I still don't know if Aries, you're home? Come over. Aries wants to meet you.
Wants to meet me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he's gonna have to hurry. What time is it?
He lives right next door.
Yeah, but I gotta leave sometime soonish. That way I can get to the school before my son gets out of school.
Fair enough.
So we're gonna have to wrap this
in
up.
that case, we'll wrap it up. Bring up that metaphysical page again. Last reminder of the day. Granted, we've reminded you a shit ton of times already, but this is the final
we've been
reminder.
Drinking it all throughout the show.
Metaphysical, all capital letters. Meta the kid plays. I had no choice in that promo code. I'd rather it be Off-traK, but I don't know. It feels better because this is the most time we promote it, other than my chat box. But
I don't know. Hey, who knows? Maybe the subscribers or followers on Twitch will jump over to my Twitch and follow me there.
Yeah.
And then I can get myself sponsored.
That's the idea.
And then maybe we can have a little competition, see who uses whose.
If you're home now, why don't you? He's here.
Because she is with our daughter.
I'm talking to Aries.
Oh. Because I have to leave soon, and he probably has shit to do.
Next Monday, he won't be here next
people
Monday.
have
I'm just saying.
Some people have lives.
I'm just letting you know. Next Monday, he won't be here because
we
don't
don't
have
have
a show.
next Monday.
Exactly.
That's right.
See?
Because
You've
next
had a
Monday's
stupid
the 18th.
moment.
No, somehow I was a week behind in my head. I thought this Monday was last Monday. Just day-wise. Like, I know what day it is today. Just the number of the date was wrong in my head for some reason. So I was thinking we had next week, and then we're off for a week, and then we come back.
No.
But no, it's next week. So I got to step up my plans a little bit to try to get content out for you guys next Monday.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Minor adjustment. There should be something.
I'm so confused with chat sometimes. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Maybe he's not home.
Oh shit, man.
I don't know. I
don't see his car out in the front, so it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, I sneak on my neighbors.
That's really creepy.
Hey, you know what? If you've had as many break-ins as we had, that's a lifesaver.
Okay, that's fair.
But I guess we're wrapping up, everybody. Metaphysical, Meta the Kids Plays. 10% off your order already on a cheap product as it is. So
Cheap but worth it.
it is. It is so worth it. I stand behind this product so heavily right now. I drink it at work every day. We're drinking it now.
You just got to make sure you keep saving me some for Mondays, because apparently whenever we have this, we just keep on going.
Maybe.
I don't know. Last week was a slow show, and we had no metaphysical to drink. I didn't like that.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody knows me. I am all over the place most of the time because of my ADHD. And this keeps me super focused. It keeps me in line. Again, I haven't had a drop of soda since I started drinking it, other than dinner and lunch. That's just me, though. That's like forced a habit. I have to have at least a soda with my meals. That's just me. But other than that, I'm not going through soda throughout the day at all.
I am. I'm that guy. Then again, for those who have caught earlier episodes and know, meningitis, recurrent, permanent headache. I have to have caffeine. It's having a constant infusion of caffeine throughout the day helps take the edge off the headaches. But I mean, I haven't touched that Dr. Pepper. I'm just drinking this. I feel fine.
There you go. It's a lifesaver, people.
Of course, it's your metaphysical, not my metaphysical. So I can't drink this shit at home. So fucking 6 days a week, it's Dr. Pepper for me. Mondays, metaphysical.
But that's all for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here.
I love you.
And remember, the 25th, be here. Be here. For a big old giveaway.
Be here or be sphere?
Sure.
It's
yeah.
be there or be square, but the
You can be here or be
square
sphere.
doesn't rhyme with here.
Sphere's a shape. Round is a shape. I'm not fat.
Be here or be sphere. And have fear
And remember,
of your rear. I don't know.
to always stay on track. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.